Colorado Springs Switchbacks back on their home pitch and looking to continue their dominance here in Colorado Springs. Tonight playing host to Orange County Blues FC. Hello, everybody. Josh Howe alongside Roland Vargas. And Roland, what a run it has been for the Switchbacks coming into tonight. They won 5 straight overall, 5 consecutive over at home. But the big one, let's go back to last weekend. They get the 1-0 win against St. Louis. And the one guy to point to, it was a team effort, but Ronnie Argueta really stepped up in that victory to make it 5 straight for the Switchbacks.
Argueta was fantastic against St. Louis. He got the lone goal of the game, played very well. He's made a USL Team of the Week. He's been one of the hottest players in all of USL over the past couple of months.
Well, don't look now, but the Switchbacks will win tonight, and they could vault all the way to the top of the Western Conference standings. This is the hottest team right now in the Western Conference.
It is. They're on fire at home. They're getting wins on the road, especially against Eastern Conference teams like St. Louis. The Switchbacks are the hottest team in USL right now.
Well, we talked about the home field advantage for the Switchbacks here. The playing conditions, well, they've been less than ideal leading into tonight. We've seen wet, soggy conditions early out of the season. Tonight, it's something they haven't seen all year.
The conditions have dried out. It's sort of firmed up the field. It's gotten a little bit bumpy, a little bit patchy. Luckily, I was able to get a moment with head coach Steve Tritchu before tonight's game, and he was able to relay his concerns about the pitch tonight. Coach, you've had a little bit of rain today. How do you think the field's going to hold up under these conditions?
Yeah, well, I'm a little disappointed in the field. They've had 10 days since our last game, and it's really bumpy. They haven't taken care of the bare spots there, but hopefully we can use it to our advantage. But it's really bumpy. We trained on it yesterday, and the ball's kind of flying all over the place. But hopefully we'll get through it. 5
straight wins in the USL here at Sand Creek Stadium. How do you look to make it 6 going into a game against a tough OC Blues team tonight?
Well, the guys are playing with confidence, and I keep telling them, let's just keep doing what we're doing. But if we can up the intensity, they've struggled a little bit. They've lost their last 4, and we just got to get on top of them early. I'm not sure who they're going to start tonight, but they've had some injuries. But, I have confidence in the guys, and they have confidence playing here, so hopefully we'll do well.
Coach, good luck tonight.
Great, thank you.
Well, we are looking forward to an entertaining match here tonight. The starting lineups to the kickoff when we come back.
Doing what we do for a living, we have to give that extra mile, even when you think you can't. Because not only are we taking care of people, but we're taking care of ourselves. At Centura, it is a culture of health. And as a group, we've brought that to the forefront to demonstrate to patients.
See Juliana's inspiring story at CenturaConnected.org.
At Whole Foods Market, values matter. So all of the fresh beef we sell comes from cattle who've had room to roam. No antibiotics, no added hormones. Third-party rated for animal welfare, raised by people with responsible ranching practices on over 1,000 U.S. ranches. Like Hearst Ranch, because to us, value is inseparable from values. Whole Foods Market, America's healthiest grocery store.
Summer starts to sizzle on CET with the Xfinity Sports Awards Show. Then celebrate women in the military on Women Warriors. Looking to heat up the racetrack? Check out Burnout. Switchback Soccer scorches the field with live events all this month. Only on Comcast Entertainment Television. Shake off the winter cold by warming up your body with yoga. Kelly Moore will lead you through poses transforming your body and mind. Feel the sunshine on your skin as she instructs breath techniques, muscle control, and releasing tension. Living Yoga now in stunning HD, only on Comcast Entertainment Television.
Welcome back to Sand Creek Stadium. The Switchbacks and the Blues getting set to go at it for the second time this season. In round 2, here's a look at the Switchbacks starting lineup. Starting tonight for your Switchbacks. Number 1, David Gorick. Number 30, Clay Bejarano. Number 34, J.J. Greer. Number 2, Josh Phillips. Number 22, Taylor Hunter. Number 8, Ronnie Argueta. Number 4, the captain, Luke Vercaloni. Number 21, Shintaro Harada. Number 10, Miguel Gonzalez. Number 12, Mike Seth. Number 18, Aaron King. Well, a gorgeous Wednesday evening here. Somehow Colorado Springs dodged the storm to the north, and we are ready for soccer. You heard the starting lineup, and you see it there. The Switchbacks team rolling dynamic. 18-6, they've outscored their opponents here in this 5-game home winning streak.
This is head coach Steve Tritchu's most favorite lineup. He's got his best players out there tonight. He's going to be looking for a good performance from his starting 11.
And on the flip side for Orange County, they come in 5-5-1, 16 points on the outside looking into the playoff picture. They've got some talent on this team.
They have a lot of talent, a lot of international talent. They don't have a lot of homegrown players, but they've got some talent from around the world that is going to look to get cohesive, play against the Switchbacks tonight, really try to take the game to the Colorado Springs Switchbacks.
Ladies and gentlemen, Sergeant First Class Saeed Aceves, currently active duty at Fort Carson with 20 years service. He and his wife, Arlene, daughter, Danielle, sons, Junior, and Emilio. The Aceves family has lived in Colorado Springs for 5 years. They're excited to be attending tonight's match, tonight's military family of the night. And the officials for tonight's match, the referee, Eunice Marchua, and Sam Sadeko, Chris Greer, and William Matan. And we are underway. Glad you could join us here on CET Sports and KRDO News Radio 105.5 FM and 1240 AM. The Switchbacks at a home black, white numbers attacking from right to left on your screen. They'll attack the goal to the north. And, of course, Orange County and the orange road uniforms, white numbers. And this is a team midfield for Orange County. Could be one of the soft spots and one of the key areas in this matchup here tonight, Roland.
The Switchbacks will look to exploit the weaknesses in the Orange County midfield. Orange County so far this season have been very inconsistent. They've lost a lot of games recently. The Switchbacks have been playing better, using Luke Vercaloni, using Shintaro Harada, having Ronnie Argueta holding right behind them. The Switchbacks will try to win the center of the field tonight.
Well, Orange County led by Christopher Ramirez, 5 goals, 11 points. You could see there the Associates in Dental Care forecast 76 degrees, and somehow the rain avoided. Sand Creek Stadium has turned out to be a gorgeous night. Some clouds up ahead, and not a good scene on the field here early on as Clay Bejarano collides there with one of the OC Blues player. That's Christopher China Santana down to the field, and now good to see Bejarano get up, but obviously favoring that leg.
Looks like a head-to-head collision here, straight off the throw-in. Clay Bejarano coming in, goes over the top. Both players, looks like Clay Bejarano took a hard fall. Bit of a knock for Santana. Luckily, both players are up and ready to continue the game.
Well, the Switchbacks team, there's no doubt they're the most physical team of the league, and the numbers would bear that out. 148 fouls. They lead the league in yellow cards with 33, but they use that physical play in a positive way.
They do. Head coach Steve Tritchu, he's not pleased with the yellow cards, but a lot of those yellow cards come from inexperienced refereeing, while the level and the competitiveness within the USL on the player side has risen over the past few years. That same level and the same professionalism hasn't really transferred down to the referees. We've got some amateur referees in the USL who've been handing out cards without giving a warning before handing out a yellow card, which has been unlucky on the Switchbacks so far this season. Head coach Steve Tritchu for the Colorado Springs Switchbacks wishes his players would tamp down on the yellow cards, but a lot of that has to come through the referee, and there's no way that head coach Steve Tritchu is going to ask the Switchbacks to lower their intensity and lower their physical play so far, as it's working for them, and they're right there at the top of the USL Western Conference.
Payeras throws it in for Orange County and try to get behind that defense as Bejarano retreating, slipping back of the back end, but offside's the call. But Orange County trying to strike first. You know, this is a Colorado Springs Switchbacks team that has pounced on their opponents early on in the opening half. They've outscored their opponents 14-7, and that is certainly better than one of the keys. Oliver Weiss, the head coach of the OC Blues, he's got a lot of talent, but certainly expectations were much higher than their 5-5-1 record would indicate here coming into tonight.
They were going into the season. Orange County was supposed to challenge with Sacramento Republic FC at the top of the USL Western Conference. That hasn't happened so far this season, but there's still half a season for Orange County to turn their fortunes around.
Seth drops it off to the captain, Luke Vercaloni. They'll try it right side center of the box, headed up, and it gets through. Leaping high in the air was Aaron King, unable to get ahead on it. It rolls through, and OC Blues will control.
Taylor Hunter cutting in on his left foot from the right back position, floating a delightful cross in, just a little bit too high for Aaron King, trying to get a header onto that ball, just too far for Aaron King.
Well, it's been huge to have Taylor Hunter back in the lineup. Obviously, he went up to Houston on the MLS side, but he's been back here, and certainly a big lift to the Switchbacks defensive unit. And headed back and retreating there is J.J. Greer. The last time these two teams met, J.J. Greer scored the only goal for the Switchbacks, a 3-1 win in California. But this is a much different looking OC Blues team here tonight.
That game all the way back in the middle of May. So since then, Colorado Springs Switchbacks FC have been on a tremendous run of form. They're looking to continue that into tonight's game.
The OC Blues 0-3-1 coming in over the last four. The last win back on May 13th in California when they knocked off the Switchbacks 3-1. And in goal for the Blues, Pepe Miranda, and he will certainly have his work cut out here tonight. Miranda 5-4-1, 1.10 goals against average. And on the flip side, we'll talk about the Switchbacks keeper David Agoric. He got a rare night off against the Blues. Samir Bader got the start, played well, got the shutout, but Goric looking to get back in his rhythm after a bit of a bump in the road in U.S. Open Cup play up at Dick's Sporting Goods Park a week ago.
There wasn't too much that David Agoric could do to prevent the 4-1 loss at Dick's Sporting Goods Park to the Rapids in U.S. Open Cup play, as you said, Josh. David Agoric looks like he's the #1 goalkeeper for USL play for Steve Churchill, but it's a wonderful problem for Steve Churchill to have Samir Bader on the bench. Bader brings a much longer goal kick. He brings some experience to the team, and it's a blessing for the Switchbacks to have two #1 goalkeepers who head coach Steve Churchill and his staff are able to interchange almost at will.
So OC Blues will play out to the far side. No score here. Glad you could join us in the 6th minute. Sand Creek Stadium, a gorgeous night for the soccer, and we mentioned it on the outset. The Switchbacks a win tonight, and they are alone atop the Western Conference standings, and it is amazing how the tables have turned. Early on in the season, it looked like the OC Blues were going to be perhaps the team to beat. They were on top of the Western Conference standings early on, but as we mentioned, 0-3-1 coming into this, just trying to find a win. Been tough to come by as the Switchbacks really spreading out the field here. Shin Harada playing at midfield. They'll dump it back to J.J. Greer.
Very comfortable in possession here for the Switchbacks. The Orange County Blues not pressing too high.
And that ball by Phillips over the head of Miguel Gonzalez. And OC Blues will throw it in here near side. And covered up immediately is Clay Bejarano there alongside Miguel Gonzalez. Gonzalez, Luke Vercaloni, the leading scorers on the Switchbacks team. 6 goals apiece coming in, but Gonzalez taps it back to Vercaloni. Now Clay Bejarano works it near midfield. Vercaloni spins, take it away. OC look at a counter here. They'll move it down the center of the field. And on the run, that's Didier Cretendon. Cretendon, a talented Swissman, and he's got his team pushing here. And the Switchbacks in the 7th minute. And that ball's taken away. Good defense there on the part of Luke Vercaloni. Quick feet. And here we go the other way. Miguel Gonzalez dumps it back to Clay Bejarano across midfield. He's got a streaking Aaron King, not able to get there in time.
We can see the field is watered before the game. You can see the ball there just slicking off the surface. Hit a little bit too long for Aaron King. The ball's going to accelerate when it's played with that kind of pace on this very, very short, slick, wet surface.
Slick and wet surface, but it's much harder. And as head coach Steve Tritchie said at the pregame, it's a bumpy surface compared to what they've seen. Long ball downfield, and that ball played well by David Agoric, and that is something we can see often from the Blues tonight. They like to send it down field in a big way.
the Orange County Blues like to use the size of their main striker, Christopher Cortez, and they're going to be looking long, try to get behind the Switchbacks early in the possession for Orange County Blues.
The Switchbacks outscoring their opponents 14-7 in the opening half. And as we mentioned, they have been dominant here in this home stretch, outscoring teams 18-6 en route to 5 consecutive victories. That isn't just a USL Pro play, not including the U.S. Open Cup match they had here earlier this season.
Both teams will need to adjust to the surface, as you were saying, Josh. It is hard. It's compact under the grass. With the top of it's wet, the bottom of it's almost like a rock. It's like playing on a basketball court with a little bit of water on it. And of course, Orange County Blues, they came from a game against Los Angeles Galaxy 2 on a great surface, while the Colorado Springs Switchbacks FC were playing in St. Louis on turf. So both teams are going to need to adjust a little bit to the playing conditions tonight.
Bejarano spins near midfield, bump to the back, and he'll dump it off. That's Roddy Argueta. He has been outstanding. Had that goal to 15th minute, the lone goal of the victory over St. Louis. Ball high in the air. Phillips, the defender, bumps. No call. We play on. Pushing now to the switch back in. This is Didier Cretinen. Drops it off. Ball to the box, in front of the box, and footed out of there with the left foot of Josh Phillips. Seemingly always in perfect position. Now on the count of the Switchbacks. King controls with the left foot, and he'll tap it back to midfield, and the Switchbacks push on at midfield. There's Mike Seth. And again, patience shown here, and a possession game played by the Switchbacks here in the 10th minute.
So far, Taylor Hunter down the right-hand side for the Colorado Springs Switchbacks, not afraid to get forward. He's one of the furthest forward players right now for the Colorado Springs Switchbacks FC.
Seth center field over to Miguel Gonzalez, and King trying to set up Luke Vercoloni. The ball is ricocheted out of there, but again, Taylor Hunter in good position, and here comes Roddy Argueta. Argueta down the seam over to Miguel Gonzalez. Back to Shin Harada now, taps it near side and over the head of Clay Bejarano, and OC Blues will control here in the 10th minute.
It's good build-up play by the Colorado Springs Switchbacks FC, moving the ball from right to left and back again. Both Clay Bejarano and Taylor Hunter, the wingbacks with the Switchbacks FC, pushing far up the field, trying to assist the attack of Aaron King. Miguel Gonzalez and Mike Seth tucking in just behind Aaron King.
Gonzalez, as we resume play, back to Shin Harada. Harada over to King. King with the right foot off to Miguel Gonzalez. Hesitation. Gonzalez moves into the box, spins back, hits the turf of the box, and no call. We play on. 2 men down to the box. Gonzalez one of them, and the officials swallow the whistle. And we continue to play here at midfield in the 11th minute.
Miguel Gonzalez blocked off there on that last attack. The referee easily could have blown for a penalty kick. The defender got his legs entwined with Miguel Gonzalez, as we see here on the replay. Miguel Gonzalez, a little bit of nastiness here. Back heel cuts inside. The defender deliberately takes him out. Should have been a penalty. Should have been a penalty for the Colorado Springs Switchbacks. The referee was in good position. He just didn't want to blow the whistle this early.
So the throw in, downfield it goes, and Argueta heads it across. Pinballed around, and the Switchbacks trying to gain possession, but instead OC will retreat and set it up just in front of their goal box. This OC Blues team tied for 7th coming into this one tonight, led by Christopher Ramirez. And interestingly enough, Ramirez is going to be coming off the bench tonight. He's their top scorer with 5 goals. So Didier Cretinen, the leading scorer for the Blues in the starting lineup tonight. 4 goals, 3 assists, tied for the team lead with 11 points. But right now a deadlock in the 12th minute. The last time this Blues team won a match back on May 13th, a 3-1 victory against the Switchbacks. Of that match, Ramirez scored a pair of goals. And since then, it has been downhill in terms of production for Orange County. 0-3-1 as the Switchbacks have it. And the Blues end. Near side it comes to Clay Bejarano. You know, Roland, we talked about midfield being such a key piece. The Blues have certainly had lapses in this area here this season.
They have lapses in discipline. They'll start with the 2 holding midfielders as the game goes on. We progress past the 15th minute recently, especially in that 3-0 loss on the 19th against Los Angeles Galaxy 2. Those 2 holding midfielders completely forgot their responsibilities. They went walkabout during 2 of the Los Angeles Galaxy goals. There was no central midfield for the OC Blues at all. It's something that their head coach, Olivier Weiss, has to be working on, has to be concerned with, and we can see right now a number of players already for the Orange County Blues, funneling back into that central position for Orange County and trying to support the central midfield just in front of their center backs.
Great move by Miguel Gonzalez, gets by the defender. Miguel Gonzalez room as he works up towards the box, and just in front of the 18, it's knocked away from behind and out from goal to play is Pepe Miranda. It's going to be a throw in here for the Switchbacks to the OC Blues end.
Good tackle here by Felix, tracking back. Great offensive run by Miguel Gonzalez, tackled away from him at the last moment.
Leaping high in the air and headed out is Brent Griff, as you talked about just his talent level. He showed it there, and clearing that ball with the head on the far side, and the Switchbacks will play it near midfield.
Brenton Griffiths is a good player for the Orange County Blues. He's one of their more high-profile defenders, and he's going to look to lead that defensive line from his right-sided center back position tonight.
There's Argueta with a tackle, and now we've got a late whistle, and Argueta down to the field and holding at right side.
Ronnie Argueta won the ball there. He came in cleanly and won the ball. It was the Orange County Blues FC player who left his foot in, caught a little bit of Ronnie Argueta's face here. I'm not really sure how that call has gone against Ronnie Argueta. He won the ball cleanly, and that their player comes across and takes a little bit of his throat, takes a little bit of his shoulder as well. It's a strange call from the official.
You know, it has been fun to watch the maturation of the Switchbacks team, the lineups, and Ronnie Argueta is certainly a key piece. He's allowed Shin to play a different role than we saw number 21 playing at the start of the season.
Both Shintaro Harada and Luke Vercoloni were tasked with more defensive responsibilities before the emergence of Ronnie Argueta in the defensive midfield role. Ronnie Argueta has allowed Luke Vercoloni, Shintaro Harada, and also Mike Seth and Miguel Gonzalez a lot of freedom offensively to pass, to move, and to try to help the Switchbacks score goals.
So Cheetah Santana to throw it on the near side. Now he'll give it off to Jeffrey Payeras. Working there the Switchback end line. And they'll set it in front of the box, headed it through, and the ball at the top of the 18th, and hustling over to try to make the play is Didier Cretton. Not going to be able to get there in time. The Switchbacks control.
Key defensive header here by J.J. Greer. He doesn't get too much on this ball as it comes whipping in, as we can see here on the replay. J.J. Greer just gets enough right there just to take it away from the Orange County Blues offense. Good play from J.J. Greer.
Well, Kareem Smith is back to 100%. He was certainly started the season on the defensive end for the Switchbacks. Had that hip injury. He's been out for several contests, but boy, with the chemistry that Phillips and J.J. Greer has developed right now, Steve Tritchu does not want to mess with that, and we could see it on the last play. They are clicking on all cylinders of the Switchbacks on the defensive end. So the Switchbacks control at midfield. You can see Kareem Smith there on the bench, and certainly we would think we'll expect to see him at least in the second half here tonight. A scoreless match in a 16th minute on the counter. The OC Blues working far side as Didier Crittenden.
You've called his name a lot already, Josh. Everything offensively so far for the Orange County Blues is going through their captain, Swissman Didier Crittenden. He's got an impressive CV, played for FC Sion, one of the French-sided teams playing in the Swiss Super League. He's won 3 Swiss Super League Cups in his career. He's a very good player for the Orange County Blues as he uses his body to get in front of Ronnie Argueta here and draw a cheap foul. But everything so far offensively for the Orange County Blues is coming through their captain, Didier Crittenden.
You've got Nicolo Elich near the ball. Didier Crittenden. That ball sent to the box, and there is David Agoric up high in the air to secure for the Switchbacks.
That's meat and drink for Devil Agoric. That's what he's famous for. No problem handling those kind of crosses and those free kicks floated in with that kind of time. You can't give Devil Agoric that kind of time to come out and control his box like that. He'll pluck all those out of the air all night long.
Try to get it to King up ahead, and OC in perfect position. It goes out to the far side, and David Agoric back in rhythm here after
Bit of a cheeky free kick, excuse me, Josh, trying to take the free kick quickly, but you can see Devil Agoric coming out, leading with his knee, clearing the defenders out of his way, making an easy catch.
Throwing, headed out just in front of the box, and now on the far side, OC unable to keep it in play. Quickly, Taylor Hunter on the far side to throw it in for the Switchbacks. So Hunter had his second match back at his return from an MLS appearance with the Houston Dynamo. Strong throwing, air to the box. Goes over the defender's head. Aaron King shot and a goal! Aaron King! And it's a 1-0 Switchbacks lead.
Looks like it was Mike Seth with the flick on. Aaron King took a knock for his troubles, scoring the goal at the far post. He waited for that ball to fall. He could have attacked it with his head, but he waited for it to fall onto his right foot. Took it with his instep of his right foot, buried it into the back of the net. As we see here, It was Mike Seth winning the ball, being fouled in the process. Aaron King smashing that ball home and taking a nasty knock on the inside of his foot after scoring that goal. We'll hope to see if Aaron King's all right here. Christopher Ramirez there clattering into Aaron King as he scored that goal, but Aaron King is slowly getting up.
Well, Aaron King, good to see him get up off the turf, favoring that right leg, but boy, what a goal. His third goal this season, and exactly what the Switchbacks have done during this 5-game winning streak. They jump out on their opponents early.
And what a flick on by Mike Seth. He's being fouled. He's got the defender all over him. He's fouling Mike Seth. Mike Seth leaps, bends down, flicks that one on to his strike partner, Aaron King, and Aaron King buries it with his right foot. No chance for the goalkeeper there. 1-0 Colorado Springs Switchbacks, 18 minutes in.
The Switchbacks score their 27th goal of the season. They've now outscored their opponents 15-7 in the opening half. So the OC Blues feeling just that after giving up that goal. A beautiful goal, and of course set up, as Roland mentioned, the nice header by Mike Seth, and then Aaron King to finish. And well, you talk about a difference in these two teams compared to the last time they met on May 15th. Aaron King was struggling, really hadn't hit his stride. Here he is, 3 goals already, and the Switchbacks a 1-0 lead here in the 19th minute.
Head coach Steve Trichu has been very vocal in his praise of Aaron King recently. He's been holding the ball up better. He's been making the runs, as we can see here with this hold-up play. Again, Aaron King very lively in the front line for the Colorado Springs Switchbacks. He's been isolated at times, especially so up in Denver against the Colorado Rapids. But Aaron King has been doing a very good job for Steve Trichu and the Colorado Springs Switchbacks. And Steve Trichu could not be happier with the job that his striker is doing. With Marty Mabin coming off the bench with 2 bona fide #1 strikers on the team, just like they have with 2 goalkeepers with Samir Bader and Devil Agoric, the Switchbacks have a lot of depth at many key positions, and they're using that to their advantage over the last few weeks.
Marty Mabin, we saw him at the starting lineup against St. Louis, and certainly a guy who's been pushing Aaron King, but the savvy veteran that he is, King certainly has not let his play drop off whatsoever. He has continued to get better and better as the season has progressed, and here they are at the halfway point. A win tonight. The Switchbacks will be sitting all alone atop the Western Conference standings. 1-0. They lead here in the 20th minute. OC going to work, down a goal.
With the Colorado Springs Switchbacks getting these leads early in games over the past few weeks, they've been able to stick with just 1 striker, that being Aaron King. No need to bring on both Marty Mabin and Aaron King, as we see Taylor Hunter stretching his legs there, running that ball out of bounds for a Colorado Springs Switchbacks FC goal kick. But the Colorado Springs Switchbacks are in a great position with these 2 strikers, with Marty Mabin coming off the bench, and luckily for head coach Steve Trichu, they haven't had to use both players at the same time, but that's something that the rest of the league has got to be worried about. 2 bona fide #1 strikers, 2 scary propositions, 1 off the bench, 1 starting. If both of those players were to play at the same time, that's got goals written all over it for the Colorado Springs Switchbacks.
David Agoric, strong boot out of goal, now batted around at midfield by OC. Working at the midfield stripe is Cheetah Santana. He'll dump it off and set in there by Petrovic. End line, it goes out, and the Switchbacks will control here in the 21st minute.
Very international flavor and flair to the Orange County Blues starting lineup tonight. A lot of players. They've got some players from the former Yugoslavia, some Montenegrin players. They've got players from Cuba. They've got players from a couple places in America. It's a very international roster for the Orange County Blues FC, and so far they don't seem as if they've meshed very well. We've got a lot of players that speak different languages. We've got some Swiss players following over their head coach, Olivier Weiss, and so far the Orange County Blues just seem to lack that cohesiveness of a team who's playing on all cylinders.
Here's Bercololi circling back near midfield, off to Shin Harada, near side to Clay Bejarano. And now they'll set it up, dump it back to Josh Phillips, and reverse field. You know, this is a Blues team defensively. They've been pretty solid. They're tied for second in goals allowed this season prior to this match. Just 12 given up, but the Switchback strike here in the early going. In the 18th minute, off the foot of Aaron King. And now the Blues playing from behind here. In the 22nd minute, across midfield, a long chase, and again, there's the long ball. Phillips in position, heads it back as they'll pursue from behind. Miguel Gonzalez won it for a moment. Now circling back is Cheetah Santana. Fans, a reminder, if you visited the new USLsoccer.com website, get the latest news and live stats, and check out the new social media hub. Again, that's USLsoccer.com. Top of the 18th, gets through. Here's Santana, dumps it back. Open look here, and He'll try to sneak it to the left side, and great defense up the play is Taylor Hunter.
Good play from Taylor Hunter getting in there and breaking up that play. You were talking about the USL website, a website that both you and I live on, Josh. And recently this week, past couple of days, they had a headline article on there, their featured article of the week, talking about the Colorado Springs Switchbacks FC, how well they've done. It was a really well-written article, and I suggest all the fans go to USL.com and check that out. As we see Taylor Hunter coming in here out of nowhere, great closing speed to win that ball back for the Colorado Springs Switchbacks.
Center to the Switchbacks end, and it'll roll through. And Colorado Springs will control. You know, early on of the season, a lot of unknowns about the new franchise, the Colorado Springs Switchbacks, but certainly the rest of the league has taken notice. And why not right now? A win tonight would put them on top of the Western Conference standings. Longest winning streak, second only. Longest winning streak in the Western Conference and second longest in the league. The Rochester has been unbelievable. Unbeaten this season. They're 8-0-5, certainly the standard in the league, at least to this point in the year.
Rhinos are a very good team. I wouldn't mind seeing them play the Colorado Springs Switchbacks in the final here in a few months.
Well, certainly things trending that way for the Switchbacks. A lot of soccer left to be played here at the midway point. And a quick whistle, and
referee could have played advantage there for a foul on Ronnie Argueta. He decided to pull it back. Colorado Springs Switchbacks will reset here with J.J. Greer playing this ball long.
So J.J. with the right foot sends it across midfield into the right corner. Taylor Hunter is down there. Mike Seth, and Seth not able to win that ball. A team that likes to possess the ball in Orange County, and also a team that tries to get offense going off the counter. Opportunity here is J.J. Greer retreats, and Orange County with an opportunity as Cortez dances in, and Seth, good position, and a ball won by the Switchbacks.
Just not enough speed there from the Orange County Blues attacking Christopher Cortez. He's a very large man. He's a very strong man. As we see a ridiculous foul there as the player pulls him down. The referee looks like he's going to be going to his notebook. He will. Yellow card there after Ronnie Argueta was UFC style down there in the middle of the field there for the Colorado Springs Switchbacks.
Well, just the 17th yellow card issued against the Blues this season, and shows you the kind of attention that Ronnie Argueta is commanding here.
As we see here, he beats the player, he beats him all ends up. Josh Suggs just decides to grab his neck and pull down Ronnie Argueta. A yellow card, richly deserved there.
So J.J. Greer at the Switchbacks end, sends it over to your side of Josh Phillips. A 1-0 lead here for the Switchbacks, looking to make it 6 straight here at Sand Creek Stadium. That in USL Pro Play. Shin Harada near side to Phillips. He'll work it across the midfield stripe. Phillips moves in with the right foot and try to connect with Miguel Gonzalez, but defensively Chita Santana in great position, and on the counter up ahead, long ball down to Christopher Cortez, and Cortez unable to keep it in play. Offside's the call.
Cortez just does not have the speed right now to be isolated so far in front of his midfield support for the Orange County Blues. Right now he's a big striker. He needs players around him, funneling around him, offering quick touch and support, and right now he's a little bit isolated up there for Orange County Blues.
Orange County coming out back-to-backs, a team that seems to be a step behind here tonight against the Switchbacks.
Of course, they're playing in high altitude for the first time in a while. They've had 2 games against Los Angeles, 1 at home, 1 away. Now up in the Rocky Mountains, almost 7,000 feet here in Colorado Springs. It's going to be a bit difficult for the Orange County Blues to adjust to both the field conditions and also the high altitude here in Colorado.
And we're still in the first half, 27th minute. Throw in here by Clay Bejarano. Directing traffic, Clay will bounce it up to the captain, Luke Vercoloni. When you talk about fatigue, Vercoloni, Shin Harada trying to dig down for a little extra in the tank here tonight. They have been going hard, certainly catalysts in this great run by the Switchbacks, but boy, a big lead tonight, and would not be shocked to see both those players getting some rest here in the second half.
As we see Ronnie Argueta fouled once again. Ronnie Argueta is having the license to move forward. Both Luke Vercoloni and Shintaro Harada are funneling in behind him, but Ronnie Argueta is getting more forward for the Colorado Springs Switchbacks.
Nike is a proud partner of the USL. Follow at Nike Soccer on Twitter for all the latest Nike soccer information.
I gotta say, the orange jerseys here of the Orange County Blues, those are some pretty nice jerseys that Orange County has, as we see Ronnie Argueta just having his heels clipped there.
Shin sends it in with the right foot. And at the corner of the 18, pinballed around and up to make the play for a moment. It looked to be Pepe Miranda, but his defender helped him out, cleared it with the left foot, and OC will send it across midfield.
Brenton Griffiths there taking control and just sweeping up in front of his keeper. Didn't want to let that ball get back to his keeper as there was a little bit of miscommunication. So the Jamaican Griffiths just came in there and swatted that ball out.
Griffiths has made a couple outstanding plays. Here's the second tonight.
As we see here, Mike Seth just gets a foot in, that ball rolls, doesn't want to wait for his goalkeeper. Griffiths comes, deals with the situation, clears it to the corner.
Griffiths, a defender, certainly adds a lot to this team. Next to Arizona, this is one of the highest paid teams in the USL Pro League. Certainly they have got a ton of talent, just not bearing out in wins and losses. The ball set in front of the goal, and a good play there. Quick hands by David Agoric to secure for the Switchbacks.
Great hands by David Agoric as we see the long shadows into the south goal, hitting David Agoric in the eyes. He's got the sun in his face, rises up, takes that ball with two hands. No problems with that one. Really good goalkeeping there by David Agoric.
Bump by Shinharada to the center circle. And now we play on. On a counter, Didier Crittenden will dump it off. They'll send it back behind the midfield stripe. And now OC looking to jumpstart this offense down 1-0 here. Really limited opportunities here for Orange County in this opening half.
They haven't had a shot on goal yet. Both saves, quote unquote, for David Agoric have been balls that he's taken out of the air on crosses. Nothing really on his net yet so far.
And Roland, how key is it to get David back in rhythm? Obviously, a bump of the road against MLS, the Rapids, but certainly tonight he appears to be back on track. Is up ahead, opportunity for Aaron King. King of the box now, working near the end line. He'll circle back and wait for help.
Good hold-up play there by Aaron King. He just needs the support he'll get now from Taylor Hunter.
Now Hunter to midfield. Here's Argueta, pulls it in with the left foot, up ahead, top of the box.
Great play.
Chip back, and here's Clay Bejarano, one-on-one to the corner of the 18. He'll go in, try to get by the defender. Bejarano hits the turf, and that's going to be a corner kick coming up for the Switchbacks, first here and the 30th minute.
Luke Vercoloni will come across to take this corner as we see Clay Bejarano taking on his defender, trying to get to the outside, gets it onto his left foot, whips the ball in. Defender just gets a touch out for a Colorado Springs corner with J.J. Greer and Josh Phillips, the two center backs for the Colorado Springs Switchbacks, coming up onto the penalty spot now, looking for this ball to be whipped in by Luke Vercoloni.
56 quarters coming in for the Switchbacks. Here they are up 1-0. Vercoloni bends it in with the right foot, headed out of there by OC, but whistles. And the officials talking to both sides, a little bumping going on between both these teams. And boy, we're just in the 31st minute already getting chippy there, as you can see.
Not sure if I was Beto Navarro for the Orange County Blues. Josh Phillips is the kind of player that I would pick on. There are quite a lot of players on the Colorado Springs Switchbacks who I might try to start a fight with before Josh Phillips. He's one of the tougher guys on the team, but we can see here just a little pushing, a little pulling and shoving here on a corner kick, as we see from almost every corner kick at every level of the sport. The referee's just going to stop him. I think he's going to make the corner kick be retaken after he calms Navarro and Phillips down.
Berto Navarro, Josh Phillips, of course, he has been so big for this Switchbacks team. So Vercoloni trots over the corner. He'll take it again. Luke Vercoloni, the captain, trying to add to this 1-0 lead. Strike with the right foot, sends it through the goal box, headed up and out, and hustling over to try to play it as Chita Santana, and a tackle attempt there, and the Switchbacks able to win that ball. Miguel Gonzalez dumps it off, quick flick inside. Here's Mike Seth now on that right wing, turns it over, and OC is able to play it in Didier Crittenden.
They'll just play the ball out of bounds. They've got an injured Colorado Springs Switchbacks player. Looks like J.J. Greer here down. Looks like he took a bit of a late knock. I couldn't see exactly what happened, but very sporting play by Orange County Blues to play that ball out. Little bit of treatment come on for J.J. Greer.
Fans, you can follow at USL on Twitter to become a league insider, join club conversations, and have a chance at exclusive getaways. Again, on Twitter, that's at USL. Here, the 32nd minute. Josh Howe alongside Roland Vargas. Glad you could join us here on CET Sports and KRDO News Radio 105.5 FM at 1240 AM.
So you see J.J. Greer sliding back, just gets landed on. I think his head might have smacked into the ground, but he seems like he's okay. He's got the cobwebs brushed off, took a little bit of water on the sidelines as Orange County will restart here with a long kick.
Again, this is a hard surface compared to what we've seen in recent weeks. And Phillips high in the air. He's still down to the ground. We play on Luke Vercolone, trying to chase it down. Vercolone unable to get there. And boy, good to see Phillips get back off the turf, but he is shaken up.
Had the wind knocked out of him. He won the header cleanly as Josh Phillips is 1-2, and he goes crashing down onto this very hard, almost concrete-like surface, takes the wind right out of him. As we see, he goes up over the defender, wins the header cleanly, comes crashing down on his rib cage, loses the wind. As we see Ronnie Argueta picking up a yellow card here in live time. Seemed like it was a bit unlucky. We'll have to see the replay on that one. Ronnie Argueta has been booked for the Colorado Springs Switchbacks, so 1 yellow card each.
Luka Petricevic down to the turf for the Blues. Well, we have seen a lot of bodies on the surface here in the opening half.
As we see here on the replay, Ronnie Argueta, ball goes a little bit long. Ronnie Argueta comes in, he raises his knee, he catches the knee right in the chest of the Orange County Blues player, Petrovic. Unfortunate there for Ronnie Argueta, yellow card.
So free kick here for Orange County, down 1-0. And taken by Crittenden, sends it in, left side of the box, it'll roll through the end line. So Didier Crittenden comes up empty on that opportunity for the Blues, and it'll be switchback ball here in the 34th minute. Shin Harada at midfield for the Switchbacks, and now he'll dump it back to Josh Phillips. Far side over to J.J. Greer. Now Ronnie Argueta, we talked about his impact at the midfield position. And now Shin Harada. Off bump of the back is Miguel Gonzalez, and Gonzalez hits the turf along with the defender there. Playing on the near side is Brent Griffiths, and Griffiths able to set it up.
Miguel Gonzalez isn't going to be bullied despite his small size. He's a very compact player, very strong player, muscular player. He's not going to be bullied off the ball here as we see him going in shoulder to shoulder. A little bit of a push in the back. Good call by the referee.
I'm sorry, that's Jeffrey Pieris, the defender there on that play for the Blues. With the right foot, it's Pepe Miranda, sends it up in front of the 18, headed back, and Gorick hustling out to the left side to make the play for the Switchbacks. Gorick so far has been protected well in goal here in his first half. And again, you've got a back line of Bejarano, Greer, Phillips, and Hunter. Perhaps one of the top lines in this league. Fans, all USL regular season and playoff games are available live, free, and in HD on YouTube. Connect with the USL YouTube channel today. Free kick coming up here for the Blues. Down 1-0. Center the Switchbacks into the box. Now bumping it back by Phillips. We get a whistle, and it'll be switchback ball.
Good positioning there from Devil Agoric as that ball took a big bounce. He was cautious not to let that ball go over his head. Good positioning there behind J.J. Phillips with the goalkeeper, Devil Agoric.
Gorick, long ball across midfield, headed up. And out of play it is Christopher Chita Santana. Santana doubled up there, drops it back. Now running down the near side is Pieris. Pieris working on Bejarano. Sends it top of the box and cleared out of there by the right foot of J.J. Greer.
It's a good play by Orange County there. One of the best plays by Orange County. They're working the ball down the right-hand side. As we see here on the replay, Devil Agoric with the sun in his eyes, backpedaling, keeping that ball out of his net. Well played there by Devil Agoric.
And again, Josh Phillips in great position on that play to allow Gorick to make the stop for the Switchbacks. So throw in here for Colorado Springs. He'll dump it back to Clay Bejarano. His team working with the 1-0 lead again. This is the second consecutive match they've led after the opening half last week. They got the goal in the 15th minute, and they went on to the 1-0 lead here, up 1-0 again for the second consecutive game, and tapped out far side. Mike Seth will play it in for the Switchbacks. Pace picking up just a bit for the Switchbacks now. A little more tempo here in the 37th minute.
It's clear that the Colorado Springs Switchbacks like to win the end of halves, both the first half and the second half. They know their opponents are going to get tired in this high altitude, and Steve Turchu likes to turn that screw and get the Colorado Springs Switchbacks playing very offensively and physically at the end of both halves.
Oh, great job by Clay Bejarano to keep it in with the left foot, sends it in on the cross and right into the arms of Pepe Miranda. Another look is Pepe Miranda. He has been solid this season for OC.
Good hands there. Clay Bejarano cutting in on his right foot. He's equally adept at whipping the ball in with his right or his left foot. He chose his right that time. He favors his right a little bit. Steve Tritchie, I think, in the Colorado Springs Switchbacks FC coaching staff would like Clay Bejarano to improve that left foot just a little bit, as he is the left-sided player, but he can use both feet very well. He whips the ball in there with his right foot just a little bit too long there for his striker, and the goalkeeper was able to come out and make a clean save.
It's Hunter sends it out with the right foot, and OC will throw it in. Far side, Josh Suggs. One hop. And played there by Crittenden, the leading scorer on the field right now for the OC Blues.
Going to be another throw in here for the Orange County Blues over in the Heineken corner.
The Blues, as we mentioned, 0-3-1 coming in, and they have struggled in that stretch. Been outscored 7-2 on a beautiful night here in Colorado Springs, Olympic night. Some of the members of Team USA out here to support Switchback soccer. A great atmosphere tonight at Sand Creek Stadium.
Very good fan turnout here. The weather was a little bit sketchy earlier in the day here in Colorado Springs with some rain and some wind, but it's cleared up wonderfully. It's a beautiful evening for soccer here in Colorado Springs.
You love to see the support of the community, and certainly they've continued to draw better and better crowds here as the winning has continued, and they've climbed their way up to the conference standings, and got the band in the house here tonight.
Yeah, no complaints there. Got some drum music in the background. As we see here, the referee's just going to call this one back. It's going to be a free kick here for Orange County. They're going to flood the box, try to get this one into the box right on top of David Lagoric.
So opportunity here for the OC Blues in the 39th minute. Chance to even this thing up at one apiece. Switchbacks leading after the 18th minute goal by Aaron King on the assist from Mike Seth. Right-footed strike into the box, the cross backside, and there's David Agork high in the air at top of the goal box, and another good play by the Switchback keeper.
Good hands again by Gorick there in the Colorado Springs Switchbacks goal, as he'll look to clear this ball long and restart the Switchbacks attack. But you can see Gorick coming out here, calling off his defenders, making a clean catch.
And on the other end, opportunity here for the Switchbacks. Gonzalez tries to chip it in, but defensively, OC in position. We play on Shin Harada. Top of the 18th, pinballs around. King turns, couple of bounces, shot, and another goal! Aaron King with his second goal of the match, and the Switchbacks lead it 2-0.
That ball took a deflection off the right foot of Aaron King. Aaron King did not hit that ball as sweet as he would have liked. It might even have been Mike Seth that ball took a deflection in off of. I couldn't quite tell there here as we're going to see a replay of that goal. It's 2-0 Switchbacks. Ball falls to Aaron King. He takes a swipe at it, and sure enough, it does hit the back of his teammate Mike Seth, who redeflects that one unknowingly past the goalkeeper, who's furious about that, into the far corner of the net. 2-0 Switchbacks, 2-0 Aaron King.
So it was King from Seth on the first goal, and they flip it on in the second goal. And what a play, but Aaron King continues to make his mark, the big hop it in.
That could have hit the defender, actually, Brenton Griffiths. I'm not sure. I think Mike Seth definitely got a piece of it, as we have a great replay there from the truck with the goal cam. 2-0 Switchbacks. Aaron King definitely should get the credit for that goal. I don't think there's a dubious goals panel here in the USL as there are in some other leagues. Aaron King will be credited with that one, even though it did take a mighty deflection on its way through.
So Aaron King now with 4 goals on the season, and he has just moved his way up to second or third rather in that category for the Switchbacks. What a night for the veteran forward.
And he's on the hat trick now. Aaron King will be looking for his third goal.
As OC works to the Switchback end, trying to get on the board here late in the opening half. And good defense there by Shin Harada. Fans, you can become a fan of the USL on Facebook for exclusive league news and interactive content. Near side, and that's going to be a free kick here for OC, down 2-0. They'll have it on the south end, switch back in, and to set it up for Orange County, Nikola Illich.
It's a dangerous position here for the Colorado Springs Switchback. Christopher Cortez, the number 9, going to be looking to get on the end of this ball here for Orange County Blues FC.
So Illich surveys the field, getting set here on the free kick at a 42nd minute. OC down 2-0. Pair of goals by Aaron King is giving his Switchbacks team a big cushion here heading into the half. Illich waits for his line to get set. He'll strike it with the left foot. The cross in front of the box, headed up in the air, and I believe that was Josh Phillips again.
It was Josh Phillips clearing it out for a Heineken corner kick on the far side here for Orange County Blues.
So Didier Cretton on a Heineken corner kick for the Blues. They'll try it from the other side now. Approaching. Right-footed strike through the hands of David Agoric. Boy, good coverage at the backside. The man was marked. Is Mike Seth in good position to cover up the would-be goal scorer for Orange County?
Agoric was furious on that one as he came out and the ball went through his hands. The goalkeeper thinks he was fouled. He's appealing to the referee, still yelling at the referee, but no call from the referee as we see here on the replay. David Agoric coming out. And he ran into his own player. He ran into his own man, Josh Phillips. Maybe he's angry at Josh Phillips. Unfortunate there for David Agoric. Lucky for the Switchbacks that the Orange County Blues were not able to capitalize on that.
But again, as we saw, good defense by Mike Seth covering up Pieris. As that ball got through the hands of David Agoric. We play on here at the OC Blues end. Midfield, Shin Harada pulls it out with the right foot. Now Vercodoni unable to run down that ball, and OC an opportunity here at midfield. Little hesitation. They'll move it on the far side as Josh Suggs pushes it down that far side. Midfield, Seth and Vercodoni in good position. OC dumps it off. There's another long ball down to the left side of the box, and able to keep it in play is Josh Suggs, working one-on-one to the quarter and now taken away. And again, Taylor Hunter there for the Switchbacks.
Not really sure what the offensive game plan for Orange County Blues so far is. A couple times during this game they've looked long, tried to play in Cortez as the striker, and a couple times they've looked wide to try to get it wide left, wide right, and a couple times they've tried to build down the middle. Orange County really seems like they're all over the place. They don't seem like they have a cohesive game plan coming into Sand Creek Stadium tonight to try to score a goal against what's been an ever-improving Colorado Springs Switchbacks defense.
As evidenced by that 0-3-1 record, this is a team still trying to find its rhythm. They were one of the best early on in Western Conference play. They are atop the standings. Certainly they have the talent, but right now they do not have the chemistry. Down 2-0 here, 45th minute, Sand Creek Stadium. On a gorgeous Wednesday night here in Colorado Springs.
It's always a sign of the coach's frustration when all of the substitutes, all 6 of the substitutes that Orange County named, they didn't name 7 for some reason, are out furiously warming up in the end of the first half. Olivier Weiss obviously isn't happy with what he's seeing from his Orange County Blues FC team. We've got the Colorado Springs Switchbacks FC substitutes just going through some light stretching while the Orange County Blues players look as if they're getting ready to come on.
And Roland, you've got your leading scorer Christopher Ramirez on the bench. And tonight, no Denzel Slager, no Seung-Ju Kim.
Yeah, Seung-Ju Kim has been excellent so far this season. He's only played in 6 games. The native of Busan, South Korea, Port Town on the southeast side of South Korea. He's been fantastic for Orange County so far, but not in the lineup tonight.
Vercodoni, top of the 18th, hits the turf as we get 2 minutes of extra time here in the opening half, and no call. On that play by Vercodoni, you could see Luke certainly not happy. Felt he was fouled on the play.
Challenge looked a little bit late. Referee just let it play on. Nothing called there.
So 2 minutes of stoppage time in the opening half. Switchbacks working with a 2-0 lead. And again, this has been their MO in this unbelievable run they've been on. 5 straight here at home. Heads it back. Here's Aaron King, opportunity. King moves in, shot, and it's deflected wide of the post to the right side. And a fantastic save by Pepe Miranda, and Aaron King nearly with the hat trick.
As we see Aaron King and Mike Seth linking up again. Seth with a flick on to King. He plays King in. Aaron King was in acres of space. As we see King getting in behind the defense. He's pushed a little bit wide by the defense. Goalkeeper comes out, makes himself big. Luckily gets a foot, gets a thigh to that ball as it just trickles out for Luke Vercodoni to trot across and take the Whole Foods corner kick here for the Colorado Springs Switchbacks.
So Luke Vercodoni and stoppage time here. The end of the first half, a chance here on the Whole Foods corner kick to put the Switchbacks up 3-0. So Vercodoni approaches it with a right-footed strike, sends it into the box, headed out of there, and cleared by the OC Blues at a big hop at midfield across the line. Retreating back is Clay Bejarano, and he'll head it back to his keeper, David Agoric.
Well played by Bejarano, good positioning. Easy header back to David Agoric. Will just restart probably the end of the first half here, last couple seconds of the first half.
Now the story of the first half, Aaron King and Mike Seth, they have combined for 2 goals for the Switchbacks, and now King an opportunity, turns in front of the goal box, cleaning up Gonzalez. Madison not able to come through on a putback. And what effort by Pepe Miranda somehow keeps that ball out of the net.
Last play of the first half was you see the referee blow the whistle. Aaron King with another snapshot there. Miguel Gonzalez giving everything he had to come in at the far post to try to tap that one in. Just unlucky there for Miguel Gonzalez and the Switchbacks. 2-0 at the halftime for the Switchbacks.
What a half for the Switchbacks. We got more to come. Aaron King with 2 goals here tonight as the Switchbacks lead it 2-0.
At Kaiser Permanente, everything you need is under one roof. Another way care and coverage together makes life easier. Okay, a little easier. Become a member of Kaiser Permanente, because together we thrive.
Women are proving through history that they're a valuable asset on and off the battlefield. Discover this amazing documentary as it chronicles women in the military. A Vision of Valor, Women Warriors, all this month on Comcast Entertainment Television. See the second Xfinity Sports Awards show on CET or VOD as we commemorate some of the best athletes, teams, performances, and coaches from this past season. Keynote speaker Rod Smith gives valuable advice to students on attitude, gratitude, and perseverance. Go to CET Xfinity Sports Report, then click on Sports Awards. Catch the Colorado Switchbacks FC this month against Vancouver, Portland, Real Monarchs SLC, and the Orange County Blues. The Colorado Switchbacks only on CET.
Looking for something to do in Colorado? You're in luck with Out West. Out West takes you up and down the state finding interesting things to do with the family or a friend. Check out Out West every Tuesday at 9 p.m. only on Comcast Entertainment Television.
Gonzalez back to Vercolani, header to goal! Luke Vercolani!
Be a part of the action at Sand Creek Stadium as your Colorado Springs Switchbacks take on teams like the Sounders 2, the Galaxy 2, and the Timbers 2.
Maybe shot, another goal! Marty made it!
The inaugural season continues July 3rd against the Austin Aztecs. Join the excitement. Join the climb at switchbacksfc.com.
Back here at Sand Creek Stadium, what an opening half for the Switchbacks. And round 2 against the Blues, it's all Colorado Springs. They lead Orange County by a score of 2-0. Back here in the booth, Josh Howe, Roland Vargas, and Roland. What a different picture that we saw back on May 13th in California, where the Switchbacks lost in that one by a score of 3-1. Tonight, it's been the Aaron King show, and he's had some help from Mike Seth, and that duo really has spelled trouble for Orange County.
Great combination play between Seth and Aaron King. It's 2-0 now for the Switchbacks. It's 2-0 for Aaron King, 2 goals. That second goal of his was deflected a little bit, but it was his shot that put that goal on target. He's been playing very well, looking for his hat trick in the second half.
Well, Aaron King now third on the team in scoring with 4 goals. He's really starting to find his stride. And this Switchbacks team, we expected this type of play coming in, and really they have not veered from the script.
They haven't. The Switchbacks have been all over Orange County, who seem a little bit disorganized, a little bit disheveled so far in the first half. They're going to have to work on that before they come out for the second half, because they really don't seem to have any cohesive offensive game plan, as we were talking about there during the broadcast in the first half. But you have to give credit to the Colorado Springs Switchbacks. They've been all over Orange County
County Blues so far.
Well, defensively, Josh Phillips, J.J. Greer have been outstanding, and David Agoric, back to the David Agoric we saw prior to him going to the bench against St. Louis.
Agoric hasn't had any shots on his net so far to save, but he's done excellently well from the crosses that he's had to face. He's plucked those out of the air, and his ball distribution to his defensive players has been good as well, restarting the attack for the Colorado Springs Switchbacks.
You know, one of the interesting things coming into the second half, what does Steve Tritchie do with his captain Luke Vercalodi? Shin Harada obviously had a grueling stretch there, playing 4 matches in a span of about 10-11 days. Obviously, rest would serve them well. Do you expect to see Luke Vercalodi and Shin Harada here in the second half with their team up 2-0?
I think they'll both come out for the start of the second half, but I wouldn't be surprised to see Nate Robinson come on first. Maybe for Luke Vercaloni, maybe for Shintaro Harada. He'll definitely come on. I'm not sure what moment, but both players will probably get a substitution if the Colorado Springs Switchbacks can maintain this lead, try to give a little bit of rest to their 2 elder statesmen, excuse me.
Well, Nate Robinson, certainly Robinson, one of those guys Steve Tritchie has been really pleased with his play of late.
He has. Nate Robinson got the start in St. Louis, did very well. He should come in sometime in the second half, as should Marty Mabin, unless he wants to give Aaron King the chance to get that hat trick.
And Marty Mabin obviously coming off the bench, a huge spark for the Switchbacks. They lead it 2-0 here at the half. We'll come back and we'll take a look at some of the first half highlights. The Switchbacks up 2-0.
At Whole Foods Market, values matter. So the fresh fruits and vegetables we sell support organic and sustainable farming, grown locally on over 1,000 U.S. farms, and globally with our ethical trade program. Rated for sustainability and grown by people with responsible farming practices, like Staley Farms Organics. Because to us, value is inseparable from values. Whole Foods Market, America's healthiest grocery store.
Discover real people, finding self-reflection, dreams of superpowers, and the strength and courage of Batman. Tragedies become superpowers that each superhero can overcome. What would Batman do? Stand and fight. Legend of the Night, only on CET.
At Kaiser Permanente, everything you need is under one roof. Another way care and coverage together makes life easier. Okay, a little easier. Become a member of Kaiser Permanente, because together we thrive.
Women are proving through history that they're a valuable asset on and off the battlefield. Discover this amazing documentary as it chronicles women in the military. A Vision of Valor, Women Warriors, all this month on Comcast Entertainment Television.
This is a message from your inner athlete. Registration is now open for Colorado's largest sports festival, the 2015 Rocky Mountain State Games. Competition takes place July 17th through the 19th and July 24th through the 26th. Choose from over 40 sports. All ages and skill levels can compete. Register now at RockyMountainStateGames.org or call for more information. Come out and compete, win a medal, and join the excitement at the 2015 Rocky Mountain State Games.
Shake off the winter cold by warming up your body with yoga. Kelly Moore will lead you through poses transforming your body and mind. Feel the sunshine on your skin as she instructs breath techniques, muscle control, and releasing tension. Living Yoga now in stunning HD, only on Comcast Entertainment Television.
2-0 our score at the half. The Switchbacks leading the Blues of Orange County 2-0 as Colorado Springs going for their 6th consecutive win overall and 6th straight here at Sand Creek Stadium. Josh Howe, Roland Vargas back here in the booth. And Roland, this match started off as a physical contest on both sides.
It did. Both teams getting stuck in. We ended up having 3 yellow cards in the first half. As you see the highlights here, Josh Phillips getting the wind knocked out of him as he goes crashing into the rock-hard surface after winning a header. As you see Ronnie Argueta picking up his yellow card here for a little knee to the chest action. Unlucky yellow card there for Ronnie Argueta to pick up. It was his first foul of the game, but he did get his knee stuck right into the player. Josh Phillips again with some physical play, winning the ball, going up against Cortez, number 9 for Orange County Blues. And we see Ronnie taking a kick to the head. Looked like a bit inadvertent there, but as you said, Josh, some very physical play in the first half. 2
yellow cards for Orange County, and of course the one for the Switchbacks. So scoreless early on. Shots none taken by Orange County in the first half, and that line really kept David Agoric protected for the Switchbacks.
Good play by David Agoric. He won a lot of balls, won a lot of crosses and corners coming in. As you see Miguel Gonzalez getting down the outside here. Unlucky not to get the penalty kick as Griffiths just takes him down, sides him down, and pulls him down. As we see the goal here, all done by the work from Mike Seth here, contorting his body, flicking that header onto Aaron King, who patiently waits for it to fall and slots it effortlessly into the net. Really good finish there by Aaron King, expertly done from the striker.
And King took a shot of the right shin. He would be okay, stay in the game, and the scoring not done for the veteran forward. One more opportunity, and the bouncer, and what a play as it trickles in the corner of the net.
Took a bit of a deflection, I think, both off Mike Seth and off an Orange County Blues defender. As you see here from the goal cam, nothing the goalkeeper could do. He's leaning one way, ball goes the other way, not enough time to get back. As we see Aaron King desperately unlucky here not to score his hat trick right at the end of the first half. Aaron King saved by the goalkeeper's feet. Almost a hat trick for Aaron King there at the end of the half.
Aaron King has doubled his season total now with 4 goals this season. And if you're head coach Oliver Weiss of Orange County, what is the game plan going into the second half? Really, offense, rhythm, shots, non-existent in that first 45 minutes.
I really can't predict it for you, Josh. I don't even know what his game plan was in the first half. After watching 45 minutes, Orange County looked confused. They looked as if they weren't playing with any cohesion. The ball was bouncing around. They didn't know exactly when to play it long, when to play it short, when to go wide, when to go back. Orange County looked confused and disheveled throughout the whole first half.
Well, head coach Steve Tritchew said going into this one, they won the first half of the season. Tonight we're at the midway point, and he said now they've got to win the second half. So far, so good. One half of the books, and they have played tremendous, and the stats certainly bear that out.
They do. The Colorado Springs Switchbacks are leading all the important statistics. Most important one, obviously, being the goals. But look at the shots on goal. Orange County Blues haven't even been able to muster a single shot on goal so far. 60% possession by the Colorado Springs Switchbacks, dominating in that category as well. Fouls about even. Corner kicks shockingly even, with Orange County having a couple corner kicks. But the Colorado Springs Switchbacks are well and away 2-0 leaders so far at the half.
Well, one half of the Bucks, one more to go. We'll step aside when we come back. Half number 2, the Switchbacks looking to close it out here up 2-0 over to Orange County.
Doing what we do for a living, we have to give that extra mile, even when you think you can't. Because not only are we taking care of people, but we're taking care of ourselves. At Centura, it is a culture of health. And as a group, we've brought that to the forefront to demonstrate to patients.
See Juliana's inspiring story at CenturaConnected.org.
Speed, action, competition, dominance, victory. Inline speed skating only on CET. Get out on the pitch with the Colorado Springs Switchbacks. Join the team all season long as they take on the best the USL has to offer. The Colorado Springs Switchbacks, right here on Comcast Entertainment Television. Summer starts to sizzle on CET with the Xfinity Sports Awards show. Then celebrate women in the military on Women Warriors. Looking to heat up the racetrack? Check out Burnout. Switchbacks Soccer scorches the field with live events all this month. Only on Comcast Entertainment Television. Women are proving through history that they're a valuable asset on and off the battlefield. Discover this amazing documentary as it chronicles women in the military. A Vision of Valor. Women Warriors, all this month on Comcast Entertainment Television. Discover real people finding self-reflection, dreams of superpowers, and the strength and courage of Batman. Tragedies become superpowers that each superhero can overcome. What would Batman do? Stand and fight. Legend of the Night, only on CET.
Now the Switchbacks and their keeper David Agoric ready to get the second half underway, and certainly looking to continue to sprint towards the finish line here tonight as they're up 2-0. Josh Howe, Roland Vargas here back at Sand Creek Stadium in Roland. And again, the first half has been so crucial for the Switchbacks during this unbelievable run where they've won 5 consecutive overall and 5 straight at home. They've now outscored their opponent 16-7 in the first half, and it's got to be deflating if you're Orange County coming out of the locker room and really not a shot to show for the first half, and you stare up and it's 2-0.
It's got to be depressing for the Orange County Blues. As you said, Josh, not even have a single shot registered on goal in the entire first half. They will be attacking the goal to the north side of Sand Creek Stadium, the goal where we've seen obviously a lot more balls travel behind the goalkeeper so far. We've already seen 2 tonight at that goal, so they'll be attacking the goal that's brought the goal end that has brought more goals and more possession for the offensive team so far. But there's nothing for me to believe that the Switchbacks will go off the boil here in the second half. They started wonderfully in the first half. They ended wonderfully in the first half. They're aggressive. They're out here. They were out here early, well before Orange County Blues, and they're going to be starting the second half hopefully on the front foot for the Colorado Springs Switchbacks FC.
See Aaron King, 2 goals to show for his performance here tonight. 4 on the season, and this is a team that is certainly taking the league by storm, and certainly the rest of the league is taking notice of the Switchbacks now. A win tonight. They are 45 plus minutes away from vaulting to the top of the Western Conference standings coming into tonight. Right on the heels of Sacramento and the LA Galaxy 2.
Aaron King came out to start the second half with some strapping on his lower right leg, on his shin, as we see Orange County making 2 substitutions here to start the second half. Those weren't relayed to us in the booth by Orange County, but 2 defensive substitutions. They've changed their left back and they've changed their left-sided central defender. Not exactly sure the thinking behind that, given that they need goals, but they're bringing some fresh legs in here to start the second half with number 20 coming in for the Orange County Blues. That's Jake McCracken. That's a wonderful name, the McCracken. He's on.
So McCracken in as Phillips high in the air to head that ball on the defensive side, and now Clay Bejarano retreats for the Switchbacks. He hits the turf, and a foul called here in the first minute of play in half number 2.
Just a tug on the shoulder there of Clay Bejarano. He'll pick himself up, and the Switchbacks will restart here right inside the opening couple seconds of the second half. Excuse me.
So the Switchbacks set it up far side on the free kick, and they'll travel across midfield, high up in the air as King retreats, and now the ball pinballed around up over the head of Shin Harada.
Referee blowing the foul there against Shintaro Harada, just standing his ground, not jumping, having the offensive player jump over him, and it's an easy foul called against Shintaro Harada, with Griffiths set to take the free kick long for Orange County Blues.
So Benton Griffiths, and one of the few bright spots for OC here tonight. Seth taps it back, and now up ahead it goes to the captain, Luke Vercodoti. Vercodoti retreats, dumps it off to Hunter Taylor. Taylor across midfield and down the sideline, looking to connect with Luke Vercodoti, and defensively well positioned is Jack McCracken, and that's cleared out by his keeper Pepe Miranda.
It's a fun name to say, Jack McCracken.
And McCracken certainly The Blues hope can give a little bit of a lift to this lineup here in the second half. They have been stagnant on both ends, giving up 2 goals, 5 shots for the Switchbacks, resulting in those 2 goals. And this is a team of the Blues coming in. They have been outstanding, tied for second of the league with 12 goals allowed through the first 11 games, so just over 1 goal a game given up.
You can see the Orange County Blues there looking long and looking early for Cortez. Unfortunately, the big striker wasn't able to get on the end of that pass as it just floated out of bounds there for Orange County Blues.
J.J. Greer across midfield, and Gonzalez quickly up off the turf.
Spelled a couple of times there, Miguel Gonzalez, but the referee will just play on.
There's Ron Argueta. Argueta across midfield, little tug of the jersey. He plays on up front to King. Tap back to Argueta. Loses his balance, falls down, and now we got a whistle. And a free kick coming up here for the Switchbacks. And quickly, the captain, Luke Vercoloni, moves into position. And now they'll slow things up and set it up with Shin Harada.
That was good refereeing there. The referee initially played the advantage. He saw there was none, and he brought it back.
A long shot, and that's way off the mark. Taken there by Ron Argueta.
He's leaning back a little bit. He's claiming a deflection. I'm not sure I saw when he was leaning back. The ball just floated wide, but Ronnie Argueta was sure there was a deflection from the defender. Nothing called by the referee as Orange County will play the ball around with the Switchbacks pressing a lot higher than they were in the first half, with Aaron King, Miguel Gonzalez, Luke Vercoloni, and Mike Seth forming a forward 4, pressing the Orange County defense, hoping to get some early errors as Orange County breaks free here.
Orange County, they switch back in on the move. They'll approach the 18. Stopping, reversing is Chena Santana. Right side, far side now as Orange County goes to work. Up, down the middle. They'll tap into the top of the 18. Santana turns, bump to the back. We play on. And that ball is chipped up near the south end of the circle, north end of the circle. Now Aaron King.
Good hold-up play. Excuse me, Josh. Good hold-up play there from Aaron King, taking the defender with him, holding the ball up, and letting the Switchbacks flood forward in support.
Vercoloni working in the Blues end now. Near side to Taylor Hunter. Hunter chips it, top of the box, Vercoloni. Work under the right wing, into the box, he's free. Vercoloni shot, and that is saved and cleared out of there at the last moment. Pepe Miranda, gorgeous save as Vercoloni fired one off with the left foot.
Great play from the captain there, Luke Vercoloni. A little bit of nastiness to lose the defender, a little bit of trickeration there on the near side with his right foot, pulls it over to his left, unleashes a shot. A good save initially by the goalkeeper, but he didn't hold the rebound, and unfortunately for the Switchbacks, they weren't able to pile on as we see Luke Vercoloni here with the right foot. Just takes a little bit of a touch, goes around the defender, left foot. Goalkeeper should have held that one. Just unfortunate there for Aaron King, who was trying to pick up the scraps.
The Blues on the counter, top of the 18th. They've got a man near side into the corner of the box. Pushing is Cretton, and that ball ricocheted out of the box.
Great block by Ronnie Argueta, selling his body on the line there, diving and making the block with his chest. Wonderful play from Ronnie Argueta, supporting his defender, J.J. Greer.
Crittenden again, drops it back to midfield. In Orange County, the first offensive burst we've seen out of this club here tonight, and it comes in the 50th minute. Down 2-0 to the Switchbacks. A pair of goals by Aaron King. The difference in this one of the 18th minute, the other of the 40th minute. An assist from Mike Seth, and then the second assist to Miguel Gonzalez. That's where we set here early on in the second half. Orange County is down 2 goals here, and a corner opportunity here. A Whole Foods corner kick coming up for the Blues here early on in the second half.
Good offensive play to start the second half for Orange County. They still haven't had a shot on David Legoric's net, but they've got a corner kick here which they'll whip out of with the right foot, and they brought their central defenders up.
Right-footed strike, low ball, big hop of the box, still top of the 18th. And Orange County will control for the back end. They'll chip it in with the left foot. And over the head of Shin Harada, another opportunity here for Orange County. Near side, good cross, and it's headed back. Still in the box, and finally Clay Bejarano there to clear for the Switchbacks.
That was a wonderful defensive header there by Josh Phillips on that last one. The third time the ball came into the box, Josh Phillips was outmarked. He had men on both sides of him. Josh Phillips rose in between 2 Orange County Blues attacking players and was able to head that out. Great play by the Colorado Springs Switchbacks defender, who makes a key block here to clear this ball to Miguel Gonzalez. Wonderfully done from Josh Phillips in the center back position for the Colorado Springs Switchbacks.
And King looking for the run far side, not able to get there as Miranda comes up to play it out of the box now for Orange County. across midfield. There's another long ball, one-on-one. Hunter clears it out. David Agork high in there. He hits the turf. No call. Good sportsmanship shown there as Agork able to secure for the Switchbacks.
Commanding goalkeeping again there by David Agork, commanding his box well, coming out and taking the ball off the top of the Orange County Blues attacking player. Well done by David Agork.
Chipped up across midfield. King looking to break free, and now we've got a whistle. And
it looks like an elbow caught the player there. It wasn't intentional from Aaron King. You can see him looking for the ball. He was jumping. You have to use your arms to jump, as we all know. Just nothing he could do there as he catches the substitute Powell in the face there with his elbow. I hope the Orange County Blues player will be okay. Nothing in there from Aaron King, as we see on the replay here. Great shot in the truck there, the men in the truck. Good goalkeeping there by David Agork as he comes across, takes the ball away, and good sportsmanship shown, as you said, Josh, by both players.
So a free kick coming up here for Orange County. Taking it is Dakota Ponich. Ponich up off the bench here, seeing action for the first time in the second half. Midfield, here's Shin Harada for the Switchbacks. Stops, hits the turf at the circle, and we play on. Thought we'd maybe see a stoppage. Now we'll get a whistle as the Switchbacks will play it here on the free kick near midfield.
As we see here, Shintaro Harada screening the ball, just keeping himself in between the defending player and the ball, and he wins the free kick.
Far side go to work is Luke Vercodoti. They'll circle back to Shin Harada. Harada.
Good pass.
Near side to Mike Seth, able to keep it in play, but off his chest. And that'll hop through the end line, and Pepe Miranda sends it back in here for Orange County.
Miranda, one of 2 Cuban defectors on the team for Orange County Blues. He's a good goalkeeper. He was unlucky to lose 3-0 in his last time out to Los Angeles Galaxy 2. 2 of those goals flew in without any chance for the goalkeeper. I was a little bit surprised to see him retain his starting spot, but he has been the #1 goalkeeper so far for Orange County Blues this season, and he's played well in goal tonight. Not much he could do about both goals, as we saw in the second goal by Aaron King. He was just leaning the wrong way going after that shot, and the deflection took it totally out of his way. Good goalkeeping so far by Miranda.
Yeah, strictly looking at the numbers, and not too bad. 5-4-1, 1.10 goals against average for Miranda, 738 save percentage. He's been solid, but obviously a little offense to show for it. He has been on his heels for the last 4 matches or so, with his team going 0-3-1. And after the 2 goals by the Switchbacks here tonight, they have been outscored 9-2 in this current stretch. And another substitution here for Orange County. It looks like Christopher Ramirez into the match for the first time, the leading goal scorer. So you talk about offense, and head coach Oliver Weiss getting it here in the 55th minute.
Ramirez coming on for Santana, try to get some fresh legs. He'll go up, turn into a 4-4-2 as we talked about before the game, Josh. Orange County will now go to a 4-4-2. They'll abandon the 4-2-3-1, put 2 forwards up at the top, see if they can give a little bit of help to Cortez, who's been very isolated today for the Orange County Blues.
Switchbacks working in the Orange County end. Taylor Hunter. And that ball is out of bounds, and it'll be Switchback ball.
Good play by Bercoloni there, winning the foul, just shielding the ball. Player coming through the back of him. He wins the foul, which Shintaro Harada will take, as J.J. Greer and Josh Phillips again come forward to flood the penalty area for the Colorado Springs Switchbacks, with Shintaro Harada to whip this one right-footed, bend it away from the goalkeeper, try to keep the goalkeeper on his line, and look for Aaron King, Josh Phillips, and J.J. Greer attacking this ball.
Free kick near side, bends it in with the right foot in front of the goal box, and now we got a whistle.
Penalty kick. Oh.
Phillips down the field, and we got another penalty kick for the Switchbacks, and boy, Pepe Miranda does not like the call, but it will stand, and boy, Phillips fired up.
Love the passion and the intensity from Josh Phillips. He goes crashing in there far post. A player from Orange County grabs his jersey, pulls him back. No chance for the referee other than to call the penalty kick, as we see Josh Phillips, pulled back. Number 3 had 2 hands of him, wrapped him around, doing a bit of a dance there in the penalty box. He pulls him over. That's the 3rd or 4th time that Josh Phillips has been fouled in the box, and we'll now see the captain, Luke Vercoloni, step up to make it 3-0 for the Colorado Springs Switchbacks FC with a penalty kick here 55 minutes into this game.
Switchbacks 3 for 3 on penalty kicks this season. A chance to add a 3rd goal here at a 56th minute. The captain, Luke Vercoloni. An opportunity to lead his team, leading 6 goals this season. Vercoloni hopping at the top of the 18th. He'll move in. Vercoloni shot in the goal right side. Luke Vercoloni Coloni, his 7th goal this season to the Switchbacks, up 3-0.
Postage stamp finish there by the captain, Luke Coloni. Very fast run-up, long run-up. Sometimes players can psych themselves out with a run-up that long, but there was no such thing happening there for the veteran Coloni. He was leaning back. He played that ball. Postage stamp, top right-hand side of the goal. 3-0 Colorado Springs Switchbacks. We see Coloni expertly finish that one. Goalkeeper, no chance, even if he had chosen to dive the right way. 3-0 Switchbacks, 57 minutes into this game.
Well, the Switchbacks and Luke Coloni have been automatic on the penalty kick. 4 for 4 this season. Their first PK in a long time, but they cash in here and a commanding 3-0 lead in the 57th minute.
As you talked about at halftime, Josh, I wouldn't be surprised to see either Shintaro Harada or Luke Coloni, or perhaps both of them get a rest here. Maybe around the 60th minute mark, head coach Steve Tritchu might look to rest some of his more veteran players, give their legs a bit of a time off, even though they do have a rather extended break, with their next game not coming until July 3rd here at home.
July 3rd, it's going to be a firework night here at Sand Creek Stadium. Friday night should be a great crowd on hand. A good crowd here tonight to watch the Switchbacks, and a 3-0 lead here is Clay Bejarano getting the fans going on the far side, and they got to be pleased with what they have seen out of their home team here tonight. Inaugural season for Colorado Springs soccer, and they have certainly lived up to the hype to this point.
Mike Seth is going to catch on to this one. Good interception there by Mike Seth. The ball's going to fall to Coloni.
Coloni at midfield over to Shin Harada. Harada waits. He's got help, and now he's going to cover to the near side, and Taylor Hunter. Hunter off the body, crosses it over on the defender. Defender retreats. Hunter room, dumps it back, and here comes Mike Seth, able to keep it in play on the end line. The cross shot and a goal!
Fantastic team goal by the Colorado Springs Switchbacks FC. Taylor Hunter coming in there. A little bit of nastiness to start that move from the MLS player, Taylor Hunter. He beats his defender, plays it to Mike Seth, who gives him a give and go. 1-2 there with Mike Seth and Taylor Hunter. Mike Seth crosses that daisy cutter right across the face of the goal, and Taylor Hunter, following up his initial attack, comes in here and slots that ball effortlessly into the goal. 4-0 Switchbacks, as we see here. Mike Seth playing that one across. Taylor Hunter, who had continued his run after he started the attack, coming across, firing that one in. No chance for the goalkeeper. 4-0 Switchbacks.
Yeah, I'll love to see the defensive effort rewarded for Taylor Hunter. As you said, he continued that run, and that's the 4th goal of the night for the Switchbacks. They lead at 4-0 here in the 59th minute. This was a team of the Colorado Springs Switchbacks early on this season as the shot sails wide to the right side. Shot taken by Christopher Cortez. The Switchbacks let some points get away earlier in the year, unable to close. And this is a team, as we cross the midway point, who has learned to close out matches.
The Switchbacks lost some points. Those were on the road. They let a couple teams come back, catch some draws, catch a late winner. But at home so far, the Switchbacks recently have been fantastic. 4-0 in this game, vaulting to the top of the Western Conference table in the USL. All the teams in the USL are going to be taking a look at the Switchbacks. They're going to be worrying. They're going to be wondering, what is this expansion team like? How are they doing this? How are they getting these dominant 4-0, 5-1 results here at Sand Creek Stadium?
And again, there's still key pieces out of this lineup. Saeed Robinson still working his way back into playing shape, battling through that injured ankle. Kareem Smith, the starting defender, he's back to 100%, but with the way that back end has been playing, no need for Steve Tritchu to insert him with the starting lineup. Marty Maben off the bench. A ton of talent we have not seen on the field yet with this team up 4-0.
The Switchbacks still have room for improvement. That's got to be scary to the rest of the teams in the Western Conference of the USL. The Switchbacks are doing this dominant run at home, going through this run of results, scoring these great goals, and they've still got players on the bench, as you said, Josh. They've still got players who are hurt, who are coming back, and the Switchbacks are only going to be improving, going from strength to strength here in the second half of the USL season, which the Switchbacks will be entering at the conclusion of this game.
So a fresh set of legs in for Orange County here in the second half, trying to find some kind of spark to generate scoring here. They've been shut out. Is in tonight comes Gio Santana for the first time here tonight in the 61st minute.
No changes yet for the Colorado Springs Switchbacks. Their substitutes have been warming up. They've been stretching. Shouldn't be long now until head coach Steve Tritchu makes a change.
And that ball skied high up in the air by Christopher Cortez, quarter of the 18. Orange County down 4-0, get to the box, and Josh Phillips again in perfect position, clears it across midfield. Well, you don't see number 2 out of position often, and certainly tonight he has been on his game. A shutout intact for this Switchbacks team. 4-0 our score here, 62nd minute.
Josh Phillips definitely putting his name down for another USL Team of the Week performer. He's had a fantastic performance so far tonight. He won the Colorado Springs Switchbacks FC penalty for their 3rd goal. He's made numerous clearances. We see Josh Phillips go up again. He's been played fantastically well so far, the central defender for the Switchbacks, Josh Phillips, as we see Shintaro Harada looking to switch this ball.
And Vercolodi through the right foot, and how about this number roll? And the Switchbacks at this stretch they've been on at home, this winning streak, outscoring their opponents 22-6.
Take credit, take a look. The Western Conference, that's a scary statistic, and it's going to be one that's going to have the rest of the Western Conference looking at the Colorado Springs Switchbacks and wondering what this team is capable of.
In the second half, the Switchbacks now outscoring their opponents 14-9, and certainly it's been tighter in the second half. They've been a first half team, but tonight they're playing the complete game, and another substitution coming up here for the Switchbacks is, you called it, Marty Mabin, and for the first time here tonight.
Unfortunately, Aaron King won't get the chance to have his hat trick. I think that's down to the injury he picked up on his lower right leg, his upper ankle maybe. 62nd minute, Marty Mabin, the man from Belfast, Northern Ireland, is going to come in for his friend Aaron King, give the Switchbacks some fresh legs up front. Marty Mabin will lead the strikers line here for the Colorado Springs Switchbacks for the rest of this game.
And pressing there as the Orange County player hits the turf quickly up on his feet, and that's sent downfield, headed back by the Switchbacks. Gonzalez controls with the body, tries to flick it off the Vercolodi, not able to get it. And it's Orange County here on the counter. The Blues moving in, players hit the turf. Clay Bejarano quick to get up and a bump with the left shoulder, and you have to believe that is going to bring out a yellow card.
Completely unnecessary. Clean tackle there by Clay Bejarano. He comes in, he wins the ball. He's going back. The player just gives him a little shoulder, a little check. It's number 29 there for Orange County Blues. He just blasts Clay Bejarano off the ball. The referee's going to have a talk with his assistant referee and see what kind of punishment. It's going to be a yellow card here by the referee as Clay Bejarano took a nasty one there off the ball.
That's going to be the 3rd yellow card here issued tonight, and Jeffrey Pieris dealt the card here, the 64th minute, and totally unnecessary by the Blues defender.
Yeah, as we see on the replay here, Clay Bejarano comes in, wins this ball cleanly. The Orange County Blues player was just, I guess, upset that he's down 4-0. Clay Bejarano goes back, little words are exchanged, and a little shoulder check right to the chest of Clay Bejarano, who made the most of it. Just unnecessary to see there from Orange County Blues, who will have the throw in now. The referee really needs to get control of this game as they're on the edge of boiling over with Orange County down 4-0.
Into the box, flip back, and David Agork lunging out a goal to make the stop for the Switchbacks.
Good hands there by David Agork as he'll start the attack here for the Colorado Springs Switchbacks with Taylor Hunter deep in his end, and now Shintaro Harada looking to break out of his half as he will expertly in finding Miguel Gonzalez on the left-hand side.
Gonzalez across midfield, plays it down. Marty Mabin closes in, headed back. Mabin circles back. Vercolodi trying to get the quick touch to Mabin, just misses, and that could have been a great opportunity for the Switchbacks. A near miss there on the throw-in far side of Marty Mabin. And pressure defensively, Brenton Griffiths. And it looks like another substitution getting ready to take place here in mere moments for the Switchbacks. They lead it 4-0. Shin Harada, quick tap back. Vercolodi, the captain, across midfield as Taylor Hunter retreats. Hunter scores the goal, the 4th of the game, on a beautiful assist as the Switchbacks in commanding control of this one. A couple of hops, and Pepe Miranda there to make the play, and a quick throw out by the Blues keeper.
Just too far there for Marty Mabin, a striker that you and I both like a lot. It's a striker that Steve Tritchu likes a lot. He's been very professional so far this season, Marty Mabin. He's had to come off the bench. He was able to get the start against St. Louis, but he's had to come off the bench quite a lot. He's been very professional in his work ethic so far, Marty Mabin, and being confident coming off the bench, as we see Jordan Burt coming on for the Colorado Springs Switchbacks to bring Clay Bejarano off. Just give Bejarano a little bit of time off. Hopefully let these tensions simmer down here, as Bejarano has been at the center of a couple of scrappy plays here with the Orange County Blues.
And rolling really to this part of the season, it's been a masterful coaching job by Steve Tritchu. All the talent, Marty Mabin. Aaron King got off to a slow start, but Tritchu stuck with Aaron King and he let Maben come off the bench, and certainly Marty has contributed 3 goals coming into tonight, and all the players have kind of found their role. The chemistry has been there, and this team has gotten better and better. You've got to credit Steve Tritchu, a tremendous coaching job here at the midway point.
Very well said, Josh. He did stick with Aaron King. Aaron King was going through a bit of a dry spell at the beginning of the season, but look at how that's paid off tonight with 2 goals for the striker and some great hold-up play by Aaron King as Miguel Gonzalez stretches his legs, but I think that ball ran out of bounds on the left-hand side there. Good play there from Miguel Gonzalez, showing his speed.
And Miguel Gonzalez up front, 6 goals this season. Now 1 behind his teammate Luke Vercodoni. Miguel with the 2nd assist of the game as Aaron King netted his 2nd goal of the game. The brace for the veteran forward who has exited here in the second half with 2 goals. His team up 4-0. Vercodoni circles back. And a nice run here by Argueta.
Bercoloni took a late challenge there. This referee's really got to get a hold of this game. Got to start handing out some yellow cards here because we're seeing a lot of late unnecessary challenges as Taylor Hunter tries to get him down the right-hand side here for the Switchbacks, with Mike Seth cleaning up the pieces.
Seth back to Hunter, tap back to Roddy Argueta. Midfield, here's Shin Harada. Eyes downfield, taps it up, and boy, quick on his feet is Miguel Gonzalez, now taken away there by Orange County. No call. Long ball downfield, 1 hop. Gorick out of goal to make the play, and again, the long ball, really the only offense or attempted offense we've seen by Orange County here tonight.
Orange County Blues are getting desperate now. They're just looking to hoof that ball along toward the top 2 strikers. As we see here, Brenton Griffiths coming out. They'll get this ball into midfield immediately. The midfielders looking up, looking for his strikers, but there's nowhere for them to go with J.J. Greer and Josh Phillips positioning themselves excellently, and this ball is just going to have to be recycled by Orange County. They get frustrated, they look long, and there's another turnover by Orange County. I can't even count how many times their midfield has turned the ball over to the Colorado Springs Switchbacks today.
Shin Harada, near side, ball across the pitch and pulled down with the right foot by Taylor Hunter. 1 goal to Raider tonight. Hunter moves there to the Orange County end. Seth now circles back near the top of the 18th. They'll give it off to Bercoloni. Back it goes to Shin Harada. Harada to Seth. Now they'll set it up. Jordan Burt far side. Shin comes to get the ball as has Argueta up top. Back and forth with Shin. Waits for help. Sends it in on the far side. It's Jordan Burt. Burt near the corner of the 18. Moves in. Chips it in on the cross. And that's a goal! The Switchbacks put a 5 spot up on the board here in the 69th minute.
No more than Mike Seth deserves for his earlier assist and his great endeavor so far tonight. Jordan Bird down the left wing, cutting in on his favorite right foot. It's the best foot for whipping in a cross. He whips in the cross with that right foot, and Mike Seth rises majestically just to flick that ball on. He knew the pace was on that ball from the cross. There was nothing he needed to do. He didn't have to add any speed to this ball as we see Jordan Bird here fire this ball in. Mike Seth rises, just gets enough of a flick to redirect that ball into the far corner. Great goal for Mike Seth, and no more than the young man has deserved for his excellent play and his assist earlier tonight. Well done by Mike Seth. 5-0 for the Colorado Springs Switchbacks. How many more goals are they going to score tonight against a truly bad OC Blues team tonight? They have not put up a good performance, OC Blues. I can't be nice about this. They've looked stagnant, they've looked confused, and the Colorado Springs Switchbacks are all over them, as the score suggests here, as we see Jordan Burt play that ball in. Just a little kiss off the top of the head there by Mike Seth into the far corner. Great goal, great combination there between Burt and Seth.
Well, Seth assisting on the first goal of the night, and here in the 69th minute buries the 5th goal. A 5-0 lead for the Switchbacks. What a run they have been on here at home. Opportunity for Orange County, and boy, if your head coach Oliver Weiss just looking for some kind of optimism, a flicker, a dimmer of hope coming out of this match, but right now it's been all downhill. Fans, you can follow at USL on Twitter, become a league insider, join club conversations, and have a chance at exclusive getaway on Twitter. That's at USL. It's been all Switchbacks here tonight. 70th minute, 5-0 our score.
Great touch.
Phillips still playing like it's the first minutes of this contest.
Great control there off the left foot by Josh Phillips. A little bit of nastiness, a little bit of confidence running through Josh Phillips. It's a great touch to pluck that ball out of the air effortlessly as J.J. Greer here recycles with Taylor Hunter on the right-hand side.
And let's not forget, Roland, the second highest payroll in the Western Conference. This is a talented team, a team that took the Western Conference by storm early on. They were certainly atop the standings and looked like one of the teams to beat in the West, but boy, how things have turned since that meeting back on May 13th.
Those payrolls are getting harder to judge with the MLS 2 teams coming down, bringing a lot of players up and down. It's getting a little bit more difficult for fans of the USL to know exactly which team has the most money to spend, but Orange County Blues, Sacramento Republic, they're right up there. Arizona United as well as the teams who had the biggest expectations coming into this season, and so far Orange County Blues, off the back of an embarrassing US Open Cup loss to PSA Elite, who's an amateur team from Irvine, California. There's no way that a group of professionals should be losing to an amateur team, no matter how good that amateur team is. Off the back of that loss, they followed that up with a draw against the Sounders and 2 losses against LA Galaxy 2, and now they're just getting hammered here at Sand Creek Stadium by the Switchbacks.
Oh boy, great defensive play on the back end by Orange County. Bercolodi tried to send that in, but boy, big Brenton Griffiths in position again for Orange County. Fans, Nike is a proud partner of the USL. Follow at Nike Soccer on Twitter for all the latest Nike soccer information. Tell you, Brenton Griffiths, an impressive player on the back end for Orange County.
He's a big player. He's got a lot of size to him. He's got good vision as well. He's played the ball out well a couple of times, but there's just not so much he can do. I mean, his center back partnership has been chopped and changed here by Oliver Weissen. Look at the desperation there from Orange County Blues. It's just a long, aimless, hopeless ball looking for a striker, but there's just no one on the end of that for Orange County Blues. They just haven't been able to connect their defense to their midfield, and then their midfield getting the ball wide and getting the ball into forward areas. They just haven't had any cohesiveness tonight, and a lot of the credit for that has to be given to the Switchbacks, who've been all over Orange County Blues, but Orange County has played their part in this 5-0 drubbing so far in the 72nd minute.
Well, discipline certainly one of the areas that Orange County has lacked in this season. It's showing here tonight. Opportunity here for the Switchbacks is Nate Robinson out of the game here in the second half, 73rd minute. He retreats from behind Orange County across midfield and headed out of there defensively by J.J. Greer.
I'm a little bit surprised to still see Shintaro Harada and Luke Vercoloni on the field, but I think with this week break, longer than a week break, excuse me, that the Switchbacks have coming up, maybe Steve Tritchu is just letting his veterans play this one out, maybe give them a few more minutes before taking them off and give them a little bit of a break entering the weekend of next week. I think all the players will have a bit of a break Thursday, Friday, Saturday, just to get their legs back under them after such a long run of games and such a long run of games at altitude.
And their level of play has not dropped whatsoever. Hot, humid conditions in St. Louis, certainly a draining outing after coming off a stretch in which they played 4 matches in 11 days.
Yeah, and the Switchbacks did well, as you said, Josh, in St. Louis, playing on turf. The turf was wet, it was heavy, but the Switchbacks still did well, came out with the win against their, and the only time this season they're going to be playing a USL Eastern Conference team. How St. Louis is in the East, I'm not exactly sure. It was west of the Mississippi last time I checked, but they're in the Eastern Conference, and so they did well in St. Louis. They played very well. I was talking to head coach Steve Tritchu, and he was joking about how he wished the team could have gone a little bit further east, maybe gone to Montreal, a city that Steve Tritchu knows very well from his playing days. He used to play there, maybe even Philadelphia, something like that, but the Switchbacks were tasked with going to St. Louis. They took that task in hand, came away with the 1-0 win. Very professional performance by the Switchbacks, and another 3 points on the road.
And a long ball downfield as that ball headed up in the air by Luke Vercoloni. Fans, a reminder, all USL regular season and playoff games are available live, free, and in HD on YouTube. Connect with the USL YouTube channel today. And that game at St. Louis, a bit of a homecoming for Steve Tritchu. Played his college ball in Southern Illinois. The shot wide to the right post, and Gorick lets it sail through the corner.
Just to add insult to injury, that's one of the only shots Orange County Blues FC have had in Venom today, and that ball went all the way out for a throw-in. As we see a rabbit on the field, we've got a rabbit running across the 18-yard box here at Sand Creek Stadium. The referee trying to get the rabbit off the field, but that shot went all the way out for a throw-in there for the Switchbacks. There's the rabbit. We got a great work by the camera crew. We got the little whitetail. He's running over to the bench. Clay Bayerano's not exactly sure what to make of this rabbit. He's looking at it. Got the little bit of help from the 4th official here. I'm not too up on my rabbit commentary, but Rabbit's going over to check out what's going on with the Orange County Blues FC bench. Nothing happening over there.
A good pace, and boy, how about the work, as you said by our cameraman. They're on it.
They are.
Following the ball, following the rabbit. They're all over the place here tonight, and boy, what a night for highlights here at Sand Creek Stadium. 5 goals already for the Switchbacks, and defensively they're able to get back as Orange County, no shots on goal in the first half, and they have been few and far between here in half number 2. As we tick towards the 77th minute in this one.
Coming into this game, I was expecting goals. I was expecting rain. I certainly wasn't expecting a bit of a nature show to break out at Sand Creek Stadium, Josh.
Well, an entertaining night for the fans on and off the field. So Robinson drops it back to Shin Harada. Now they'll go far side near midfield. Quick tap over. Jordan Burt looks to play it in. Now back across midfield. J.J. Greer near side of Taylor Hunter.
Breeze has really picked up here at Sand Creek Stadium. Nice cool breeze coming in to chill everything out here at Sand Creek Stadium here, eastern side of Colorado Springs.
Chip up to the top of the box, headed back and in position is Pepe Miranda. Boy, it has been a rough second half for the Blues keeper. 2 goals allowed in the first half and given up 3 here in the second. And it started with that penalty kick in the 57th minute. And boy, Josh Phillips started that. The defender got things going, and Switchbacks have not let up.
You know, despite the 5-0 result, there hasn't been a lot for Pepe Miranda to do on any of the goals. He had no chance on the penalty kick. The penalty kick is just guess which way you're diving and make that dive. The goal there by Mike Seth, that ball was tapped in from point-blank range. He's really been out of it so far with the keeper. He's played a good game. It just hasn't been any chance for him to stop any of these 5 goals that have flown in behind him by the Switchbacks.
So free kick coming up here, and this is how the free kick's set up.
Yeah, Mike Seth tracking back, just gets a little bit extra of the player. A little bit over-aggressive there from Mike Seth. Lucky to see the Orange County player wasn't injured there. They'll try here again. Let's see if they can get this ball to beat the first defender. They've had a lot of difficulty with their crosses, their corner kicks and their free kicks. We'll see here what the Orange County Blues were able to do.
Gio Santana to the free kick, sends it to the box, and that's headed out of play.
Josh Phillips again heads that one out for a corner kick. Better ball in there by Orange County Blues from the substitute. He'll trot over here to take this corner kick for Orange County.
So Gio Santana will take it in the near quarter for the Blues. Down 5-0 here, 78th minute again. As Roland mentioned earlier, this Switchbacks team is going to get a much needed extended break here before their next match, as that ball sent in from the corner and headed out of there by the Switchbacks. Next match not until July 3rd, a Friday night, so a week plus. Nike is a proud partner of the USL. Follow at Nike Soccer on Twitter for all the latest Nike soccer information. Well, what a run it has been for the Switchbacks here, barring a miraculous comeback by Orange County. The Switchbacks will be all alone atop the Western Conference standings with 6 consecutive victories. And, well, they've done it in all kinds of ways. The 1-0 victory last week, hot, humid conditions tonight. The defense set the tone, and then the offense got it going. 5 on the board here, still with plenty of time to go.
The Switchbacks have led from the back, led from the partnership of J.J. Greer and Josh Phillips, and everything has flowed forward. Shintaro Harada, Luke Vercoloni with their experience, Ronnie Argueta holding. He's off the field now, Ronnie Argueta with his yellow card, but he did a fantastic job of holding in that position at the beginning of the field. And as you said earlier, Josh, the inspired substitutions by head coach Steve Tritchie, as we see that ball run just a little bit too long there for Nate Robinson, but Marty Maben coming in, Nate Robinson coming in, fresh legs, fresh desire coming in for the Colorado Springs Switchbacks. Overall, it's been a great performance here as we see another substitution, as we see Davey Armstrong coming on, and he'll replace the captain, Luke Vercoloni. He'll hand the armband over to Shintaro Harada. That's a great moment for Shintaro Harada on Harada's 100th USL game in the league, as Vercoloni will trot off and be replaced by Davey Armstrong. A good substitution there by head coach Steve Tritchie to give his captain and his elder statesman of his team 10-15 minutes of rest today.
And the fans applauding the captain as he heads over to the sideline. Vercoloni, another goal to add to the ledger here tonight. 7 goals this season. He got it on a penalty kick early in the second half as the Switchbacks went up 3-0, and they have continued to keep their foot on the pedal. 5-0 our score here, 80th minute. Taylor Hunter high in the air. He's bumped by Cortez.
It's very easy to look at this 5-0 scoreline and say the Colorado Springs Switchbacks FC are clicking on all cylinders, but this kind of a performance only comes after the training. I was at training a few days ago with the Colorado Springs Switchbacks over at the Pride Complex. That was rained out. There were tornado warnings. There was heavy rain about a week ago. And in my day and in my time, I would have taken that time to go home, maybe play some video games, maybe go grab a bite to eat. But the Colorado Springs Switchbacks as a team went over to Villa Sport, got a workout in, got a heavy lift in as a team, got a sweat on despite the conditions outside. Oh, a little bit of nastiness by Nate Robinson. Great move there to skip past the defender. But the Colorado Springs Switchbacks, it all comes from the training field, and it comes from what assistant coach Roldy Harris and head coach Steve Tritchu are trying to drill into these players. They've got a great camaraderie among the team and a great friendship among a lot of the players, and we're really seeing that on the field today as the Switchbacks pass this ball around effortlessly. It looks, to be honest with you, like the Switchbacks are playing against 10 men from Orange County. They're so dominant right now.
Jordan Burt to the far side, moves over to the box. He's got room. Burt, the cross, and it gets through. Nobody home, looking to try to connect. And now Taylor Hunter up for the back end. Dumps it off near side. Here's Nate Robinson. Robinson chips it in, and that ball headed out of there. Shin Hirano plays it with the right foot now to Taylor Hunter. 82nd minute. Hunter, top of the box, and it gets through. And quickly contained by the Switchbacks.
Look at the confidence with the Switchbacks are passing this ball around. They're passing it wide, whipping the ball in, then recycling the ball as we see Miguel Gonzalez try a strike. Oh, Miguel Gonzalez was just trying to lean back, trying to bend that one away from the goalkeeper and have it bend back onto the post, far post. Unlucky there for Miguel Gonzalez. That ball just took flight on him, and he wasn't able to get that one on target.
And you could see the effect of the breeze blowing out of the east push that ball a little bit back towards the near post.
As we see Luke Vercoloni there on the bench getting a drink of water. 7 goals this season for the midfielder, for the captain for the Switchbacks, as he gives Kevin Durr, who looks like he's coming on, a high five.
And Amani Walker in for the first time tonight for Orange County. Out goes Christopher Cortez, as we can see Miguel Gonzalez, a good foot on that ball.
Trying to bend that one back into the far corner. Unfortunately, he just didn't get the whip and the curl on that ball to get it to get back into the goal. As we can see here at the stadium, Kevin Durr is getting ready to come on for the Colorado Springs Switchbacks.
Monty Walker just checked in, number 12 for Orange County. Big physical player up front for the Blues. Orange County staring at a 5-0 deficit here in the 83rd minute. It's been all Switchbacks. In case you just joined us, Aaron King with a brace of the opening half. Goal in the 18th minute, a goal in the 40th minute. They led 2-0 at the half to the Switchbacks. Then the captain, Luke Vercoloni, had a penalty kick as Josh Phillips drew the penalty in the box at a 57th minute. Vercoloni buries it, and then 2 minutes later, Taylor Hunter, defense turning into offense. The spectacular defender nets a goal to put him up 4-0, and Mike Seth 10 minutes later with a 5 spot on the board, and that's where we stand here as the cross sails through the end line.
Just look at where those goals have come from tonight by the Colorado Springs Switchbacks FC. A couple of goals by a striker, a couple of goals by a defender, and midfielders chipping in as well.
Become a fan of the USL on Facebook for exclusive league news and interactive content.
And as we talked about earlier, Josh Shintaro Harada getting a break, the other elder statesman along with Luke Vercoloni, as Kevin Durr, active duty Air Force, will come in here. We've got some Air Force guys here, some active duty men, women in the crowd, as we saw the Air Force family being honored before the game. And Kevin Durr is going to be coming in here for Shintaro Harada, who gets a great ovation on his 100th game in the USL.
Fans applauding Shin Hirano as he heads to the sideline, and boy, Kevin Durr, so many of these guys putting in so many quality minutes on the practice field. And Durr, of course, a familiar name as you mentioned, played up at the Air Force Academy. It's his time here in the 84th minute with this team up 5-0.
Great moment for J.J. Greer as well as he takes over the captain's armband. Shintaro Harada, as we see him on the bench, gave the captain's armband to J.J. Greer. Great moment for J.J. Greer to be able to captain his team for the remaining few minutes here at Sand Creek Stadium.
Marty Mabin able to fight through the defender in the corner now.
We're not going to push Marty Mabin off the ball, just upper body. Well held up there by Marty Mabin, and unlucky not to win the throw-in, which will go to the Orange County Blues.
So Orange County, it's been a tough night for the Blues as they are on their way to falling for the 5th consecutive game. A loss tonight, 0-4-1 since that victory May 13th over the Switchbacks.
Lost 3-0 to the LA Galaxy last time out, 5-0 here tonight so far. That's 8-0 in the last 2 games. That's not good viewing there for the natives of Irvine, California, who are fans of the Orange County Blues, who do have some of the best fans in USL, I've got to say.
Midfield, Orange County. It's Josh Suggs working up front, and Ryan Felix now with the touch. And Brent Griffiths. So for the Switchbacks, some much needed time off most likely here after this one tonight. And then they gear up for a big one on a July 3rd Friday night. I have to believe with Friday night fireworks going off, this is going to be an unbelievable atmosphere here in a week and a half.
Sorry for the easy pun, but we've had plenty of great fireworks on the field tonight with 5 goals flying in for the Colorado Springs Switchbacks. Hopefully next game out they'll add to that with another performance, another dominating performance as they've had so far.
Well, so much to like about this Switchbacks team. So many pieces that Steve Tritchew can insert into this puzzle. Right now he's putting all the pieces in the right place, as this team has been spectacular on their way to winning for the 6th consecutive time overall and 6 straight in USL play at home.
He is. Steve Tritchew, as you said, Josh, is pulling the right strings, and the players themselves are doing a great job with their professionalism. Like I said, training the other day inside the gym when they were rained out with the tornado warnings, getting in there, getting a lift on, getting as much cardio as they possibly could, given that there were only a couple of treadmills empty. That was great to see from the Switchbacks. Instead of just calling it a day, they're working hard, and they're doing that on and off the field. They're working hard for each other, and they're working hard in training, as you and I see when we visit head coach Steve Tritchew and we visit these training sessions from the Switchbacks. They're working very hard here in Colorado Springs to bring the cohesiveness together, and that's something that without question the Colorado Springs Switchbacks have in spades, a friendship between the players and a great professional cohesiveness among the team.
Well, you combine that training with playing at 6,500 plus feet, and that's a pretty deadly combination.
It is.
So 5-0 our score at this point, but the league perhaps circling back and going to take a look at that second goal of the match. Aaron King.
Dubious goals panel. Like I said, apparently we do have a dubious goals panel in the USL. Yeah, ball came through there. Aaron King with the shot on target. The way I know the rule is if the ball's on target, the goal will go to the player who shot up, but they're going to call it an own goal on the defender, I think. So the USL, good to know the USL does have a dubious goals panel, and they're going to be giving that one, unfortunately, as an own goal there to the Orange County Blues defender. So taking a second goal, unfortunately, there away from Aaron King, as he definitely deserved a second goal on the board with all his endeavor tonight.
Well, Aaron King was outstanding still, so officially it goes down as a 1-goal night for Aaron King. And King this season out with 3. 7 players with at least 2 or more goals for the Switchbacks here. 2015 chipped up, and that'll sail through the end line. Ticking towards the final minutes of this match. 89th minute. It's been all Colorado Springs, 5-0 our score. Aaron King got the scoring start of the 18th minute. As you just heard of the 40th minute, they're going to credit an own goal on the second of the game. 2-0 at the half. Luke Vercoloni on a penalty kick put him up 3-0 in the second half. Taylor Hunter 2 minutes later. And then Mike Seth with the 5th goal coming in the 69th minute. And that's where we stand here as we wind down what has been an unbelievable night of Switchback soccer.
Great preparation, 5-0 win for the game, as you said, the fireworks game on July 3rd against the local rivals, the Austin Aztecs, a team that the USL decided the Switchbacks should play 4 times, try to increase the rivalry with their local rivals. The Switchbacks and the Austin Aztecs will be playing here on July 3rd at Sand Creek Stadium. And what a great preparation for head coach Steve Tritchew and the Switchbacks.
And this is an Aztecs team who's really had the Switchbacks number. Of course, both those matches played down at Austin on what is certainly a surface unlike any other in the league.
It is a very narrow surface, not one that any of the teams are happy with, Switchbacks included. It's not really much of a soccer field. It's very narrow, very bumpy down there in Austin. And of course they had a lot of rain, as we see Orange County Blues ball just run a little bit too long there for a chance on goal. The Switchbacks just turning off a little bit defensively, but luckily there were no shots on target there. But as you said, Josh, that stadium down in Austin has been a bit of a buggeroo for the Colorado Springs Switchbacks so far. They haven't been able to pick up 3 points points down there, but they'll get their chance here on the back of some wonderful home form. And I'm sure the Austin Aztecs will be watching this result, reviewing the tape of this game, and wondering how they're going to stop this rampant offense by the Colorado Springs Switchbacks.
And perhaps we may see Saeed Robinson on July 3rd. Of course, Steve Tritchett just trying to slowly work him back into playing shape, but he is on the mend, and certainly Saeed, one of the most explosive players when he's healthy. Down to the far side, opportunity here for Jordan Burt. Burt trying to run it down and crashes through the sign. And Burt able to pop up, but boy, full speed to the Nike soccer sign. And boy, that's a good sign with Burt able to jog off under his own power.
Big collision here.
And a bump with the left shoulder. And
it was Jordan Burt there. I think they're going smashing through the Nike soccer board. Luckily, there wasn't a wall behind that, and it was just a board with some field there, but some aggressive play there by both the Switchbacks and the OC Blues as we tick into stoppage time.
So Mike Seth across midfield. Up ahead, Marty Maben, so explosive up front. Marty trying to get by the defender, crosses it over near the box, and Marty circling back. Great defensive play, physical play by Orange County, and they win that ball again. That's Brenton Griffiths. He has been outstanding on the defensive end. Certainly the lone bright spot for this OC team here tonight.
As we see, great endeavor there by Marty Maben. Unfortunately, not able to beat Brenton Griffiths, as you said, who has been impressive despite the 5-0 scoreline.
Extra time here at Sand Creek Stadium. A 5-0 score for the Switchbacks, trying to close out yet another shutout. They shut out St. Louis last weekend. Samir Bader in goal. Tonight they're doing it with David Agoric between the posts. Ball pulled in with the right foot by Taylor Hunter. Quickly, here's Nate Robinson. Up ahead, Miguel Gonzalez room to work. Gonzalez moves in, circles back, taps it back now. Opportunity here for Seth, and he'll send it over to Jordan Burt, back to midfield. And Josh Phillips near side to Davey Armstrong. A good move, crossing it over. Armstrong now to Kevin Durr. A possession game here and stoppage time for the Switchbacks. They have owned Orange County here tonight.
Just a few seconds left, Josh, as we take this one down. I think the referee has called a corner kick over at the Heineken. Corner kick here for the Colorado Springs Switchbacks, which Miguel Gonzalez will take his time walking over to take. See if the Colorado Springs Switchbacks FC can somehow make this game 6-0 in their favor.
Now, they've scored 5 multiple times here this season. Arizona, one of those matches. The Heineken corner kick here is Miguel Gonzalez into the box, and that'll get through.
Just a little bit long, got lifted up in the wind as we see the flags blowing. See the corner flag there and the referee's flag on the live feed blowing in the wind. Just a little bit long there from Miguel Gonzalez. Referee checking his watch. I wouldn't be surprised to see once the goalkeeper takes this goal kick for the referee to blow his whistle to end the misery tonight for the Orange County Blues, who've really been under the gun since minute 1 of this game.
Well, the Switchbacks set the tone early on. They picked up the first goal in the 18th minute and have not looked back. That will do it. The Switchbacks have climbed to the top of the Western Conference standings. A dominating win against Orange County, 5-0 the final. We'll step aside and come back with a post-game show. The Switchbacks over the Blues, 5-0 your final.
Doing what we do for a living, we have to give that extra mile, even when you think you can't. Because not only are we taking care of people, but we're taking care of ourselves. At Centura, it is a culture of health. And as a group, we've brought that to the forefront to demonstrate to patients.
See Juliana's inspiring story at CenturaConnected.org.
Speed, action, competition, dominance, victory. Inline speed skating only on CET. Get out on the pitch with the Colorado Springs Switchbacks. Join the team all season long as they take on the best the USL has to offer. The Colorado Springs Switchbacks, right here on Comcast Entertainment Television. Summer starts to sizzle on CET with the Xfinity Sports Awards Show. Then celebrate women in the military on Women Warriors. Looking to heat up the racetrack? Check out Burnout. Switchbacks Soccer scorches the field with live events all this month. Only on Comcast Entertainment Television.
What a night here on the pitch at Sand Creek Stadium as the Switchbacks vault to the top of the Western Conference standings. They put a 5 spot up on the board. They get yet another shutout tonight against Orange County. 5-0. The final. Josh Howe back here in the booth, and boy, what a dominating performance from start to finish for the Switchbacks. It started with Aaron King of the 18th minute. The veteran forward gets the goal off the assist from Mike Seth, and the Switchbacks were off and running. 40th minute. At first glance, it looked like Aaron King scored the second goal of the match, but the league officials late in this one radioed in and said it's an own goal. Nonetheless, a 2-0 lead for the Switchbacks, and they took that lead and continued to dominate in the second half. And Luke Vercoloni, the captain, after Josh Phillips drew a penalty in the box at the 57th minute. Luke Vercoloni makes it a perfect 4 for 4 on penalty kicks for the Switchbacks this season. Buries it right part of the net. That's his 7th goal of the season. 3-0 at that point. 2 minutes later, Taylor Hunter, he has been outstanding on the defensive on the defensive end this season, and he's rewarded, gets a goal, 4-0 at that point, and then the icing on the cake, Mike Seth from Jordan Burr, a beautiful header coming in the 69th minute. 5-0 our score, and that turned out to be the final as the Switchbacks now, as we mentioned, vault to the top of the Western Conference standings. 27 points on the season, so they move ahead of Sacramento Republic and LA Galaxy to the stats tonight. And all Colorado Springs Switchbacks. It was 5-0 shot advantage for the Switchbacks in the first half, and certainly they continue that in the second half. 12-2 advantage shots, and obviously that resulting in a 5-0 win. Shots on goal, 11-4 advantage for the Switchbacks. Quarter kick actually +1 there for Orange County. Fouls, a physical game, 15-7. But the Switchbacks using that to their advantage in time of possession, 59 to 41%. And next up, the Switchbacks. They've got a big one coming up. But first, some rest, some well-deserved rest. Let's go up to Roland Vargas standing by with one of the stars of tonight's game. Roland.
Here with Mike Seth. Mike, a fantastic performance tonight. 5-0 win. What does this result mean for you?
Well, obviously it puts us in first place, so that's a great feeling. You know, we got 2 early goals, so gave us the momentum to go into the second half, and then we finished it off with 3 in the second half. So
what did your goal mean for yourself? That was a fantastic bit of combination play, and you were able to finish that one off.
Yeah, it was great. I mean, Jordan Burt played a great ball into the 18, and I was just in the right place, so I just tried to put it back on frame.
Well done. Good luck.
Thank you.
Back to the booth.
All right, thank you very much, Roland. Thank you, Mike. And boy, what a night for Mike. As you heard, he got that goal, the assist on the first goal of the game, and then he gets the capper tonight, the 5th goal of the game off the assist from Jordan Burt. Got the header. Let's take a look at some of the highlights. A lot of fireworks here tonight on a Wednesday night. And the long ball by Orange County. Not a whole lot of offense. David Agoric got back into the starting lineup tonight. He played well. And Gorick allowing nothing as he gets the shutout. And a physical game early on, Roland, but the Switchbacks continue to play their game. It paid off. Aaron King gets it going.
Great patience there from Aaron King, waiting for that ball to fall. He took a painful knock for his troubles, but he was able to finish that one off. No doubt about that goal. No dubious goals panel needed for that one. The first one there by Aaron King, fantastic strike. Here's the second one. He scuffs his strike a little bit, hits Mike Seth, hits the defender. USL is going to take a look at that one, see who they're going to credit that goal to. Unfortunately, an own goal. The goalkeeper leaning a bit to his left, having to dive back to his right, just couldn't make that move. 2-0 Switchbacks. And Aaron King here, desperately unlucky not to wrap up his hat trick at the end of the first half. That ball was past the goalkeeper. He sat on the ball, was able to squish it wide. Unlucky there for Aaron King on a hat trick.
And then Josh Phillips later on is going to draw the penalty, and Luke Vercoloni, you can see how much pressure he put on Pepe Miranda and company here tonight. But boy, the Switchbacks getting it done on both ends of the field.
Great block there we saw from Arnie Argueta, and here we see the penalty kick from Luke Vercoloni, a postage stamp penalty kick, leaning back, faking out the goalkeeper. Did wonderfully well to keep that ball down even though he was leaning back so much. Great goal, and here we see Mike Seth combining well. Taylor Hunter firing this ball in, no chance for the goalkeeper. Taylor Hunter jacked up about that goal. Fantastic finish, and then we'll wrap it up with Mike Seth getting the fifth and final goal for the Colorado Springs Switchbacks, who played fantastically well tonight. 5-0. You can see the fog machines going off. You can see the crowd getting into it after 4-0 up for the Switchbacks. David Legoric coming out, commanding his box well. Good goalkeeping. Wonderful performance here as we see the goal from Mike Seth. Just a beautiful flick on, just a little delicious touch off the top of his head, letting that one just skim off the top of his head. Fantastic goal.
Well, what a night for the Switchbacks. They win for the 9th time this season against just 5 losses. And as we mentioned, most importantly, they are now number 1 of the Western Conference, 27 points. They've also had us get ahead of Sacramento and ahead of LA Galaxy, too. They got some rest. Right now, things on the up and up for the Switchbacks. Well, what a night tonight. What a night tonight for our crew and for my partner, Roland Vargas. I'm Josh Howe saying good night from Sand Creek Stadium. The Switchbacks win again, 5-0 the final over Orange County. Good night, everybody.